San Diego, it's time to fire it up. From the beaches to the ballparks, from the Gaslamp to North County, no one knows America's finest city like he does.
You can't just punt on a Manny Machado prime years.
He's a fourth-generation San Diegan, born and raised in the heart of this community. Passionate, opinionated, and always bringing you the real talk on your teams, your city, and everything in between.
Braden totally knows his stuff. He's ready for the next step. That guy is good.
Live and local, it's the Braden Surprenant Show.
But I think Braden's one of the up-and-coming young stars in the media game in San Diego.
Now, here's your host, Braden Surprenant.
What's up, San Diego? And a happy Wednesday to everybody out there in America's finest city. He's Frank Marchese. I'm Braden Surprenant. This is the Braden Surprenant Show, live and local each and every day from 10 to 2 on San Diego's number one sports station, 97.3 The Fan. I tell you what, Frank, when the shades are down and there's nothing in the studio, this is a dark, blank room.
It is.
It's very dark. It's very blank. Can't eat in here. Unless, apparently, did you hear the promo for Gwen and Chris for today's show?
No, I did not.
You did not hear the promo for today's show for Gwen and Chris? Adam Klug's coming in.
Okay.
And he's going to eat some ghost peppers in studio after everybody told us not to eat in the studio. How's that going to work?
Do as I say, not as I do.
That's not Adam's calling the deal. I know that. But Adam, I don't know how he does it, but I'm telling you right now, he's going to eat those ghost chilies and he's not even going to flinch.
No, I've seen him.
I've never seen him flinch
stuff.
on anything. I've never seen him flinch on any type of spicy food. Not once, ever.
That's me with sour stuff.
You can eat sour stuff? Like could you have one of those warheads? Remember those
oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
I don't know how Adam does it. I guess we'll find out later on the show today. Later on, Gwen and Chris. I don't know what time that's going to be. Maybe Adam could tell us. But that's going to be interesting. All right, let's talk about what we got going on the show today. We got a lot going on in the sports world. Every single time, we get to this point in the year where it's January, it's, kind of the lull of baseball season, and, what do we talk about? Well, I guess we got the NFL playoffs and the college football playoffs, and, they mix some of that in there. But right now, college athletics has just continued to spiral out of control. And a couple of years ago, we used to do on this midday show, like, oh, what weird stuff happened in college athletics. And then it was like, I can't believe they're doing this. And that was 10 rounds ago. And now you got some just crazy stuff going on with contracts, with breach of contracts, with guys signing contracts and then leaving, with the whole situation with Washington. I mean, that whole thing is crazy. You got the boosters of Colorado saying, why are we doing this anymore? Then it's revealed that Mark Cuban has been giving money to Indiana for the last couple of years. No wonder their football team is so good. Now, allegedly, from all the Indiana people that don't want to give Mark Cuban credit, or the Dallas Mavericks fans that say, oh, I'm sure Mark Cuban didn't give a lot and now he's getting a lot of credit. It doesn't matter. He's giving out money, and now the team has been in the playoff 2 years in a row, and now Indiana football is 2 games away from being the best team in college football. From being, they are ranked-wise, but they are 2 games away from potentially being national champions. That came overnight. Indiana was a lost D1 program in athletics. They were lost. They were known for their basketball. They're known for Bobby Knight, throwing the chair, all that stuff. Known for their great arena. Hoosiers was a movie. That's what Indiana was about. It wasn't about football. Never really been good at football. Go back in the last decade plus of Indiana football. The fact that they were winning games was surprising and encouraging. But now you got guys like Mark Cuban giving money, the Big Ten versus the SEC. The Big Ten is rising. The SEC is coming back down to earth. You got other Power 4 schools investing money, becoming great in athletics. And now you got the craziness that's the offseason. I can't remember a time as a college football and a college basketball fan, college athletics fan in general, where I've seen this much drama in an offseason. The drama with the coaching firings, the drama with the coaching hirings, the drama with kids entering the transfer portal, the drama of college basketball adding players midway through the season at the semester break that were professional basketball players. I've never seen anything like this. It is the gift that keeps on giving. It is the gift that keeps on giving. It's amazing. The drama is insane. Then you start looking at your own programs here in town. You're like, how are we supposed to compete with all the craziness that's going on? Conference realignment, this, that, the other, TV contracts. Try to tell me that this isn't a Bravo show. Tell me. I got to say, most of the women in my life, most of the women my friends that are women, they love Bravo. They love Bravo shows, right? They love Real Housewives of whatever. They love the one in Utah, Real Housewives of the Mormons. I don't know what that one is. Some Bravo show, but they love Below Deck. They love Southern Charm. They love all of these high drama shows. And I go, how do you watch that? But I guess I got to look in the mirror and be like, I'm watching it right now. It's called college athletics. College athletics has turned into must-watch TV, and the drama is crazy. You know, I think we got to get together. I think all the college fans, my guy Augie in the chat, me, Frank, Jake W., Jake Dubs, Jake Waters, Go Aztecs, all my college athletic friends. You know what? Maybe we should get together and watch this like The Bachelor. Because that's what this is. It's just nonstop drama. I mean, last night, I didn't want to get into this because I thought San Diego State basketball last night. I mean, talk about Jekyll and Hyde, San Diego State basketball. The last two games now for the Aztecs, you have seen them be at their height and at their lowest point in the same game. In the same game. They did it against Boise State. Did it again last night. Last night, Frank Marchese texts me as I'm at my 5-hour banquet. That's another story. 5 hours. I was at the Cathedral Football Banquet from 5:30 to about 10 o'clock. I got home at 10:30. Now, I will say this. I will take some responsibility. As the lone person on the staff that gets paid to talk, I probably added to the problem. Okay? I will take responsibility for that. There's a lot of things we got to clean up. These banquets take forever. But as I was at the banquet, in between talking about the cornerbacks and talking about the specialty guys, Frank texts me as I'm locked into TCU potential, like having the worst loss in basketball I've seen in a long time. Just absolute collapse of a basketball game. He texts me, Frank does, and goes, Aztecs cooked. And I'm like, oh, man. I looked down at my phone. It's 14-2 Nevada. 14-2 Nevada. I go back up. And at that time, TCU had a 5-point lead with 5 seconds left at Allen Fieldhouse after they led by about 18 points with under 10 to go. And I go up and I talked about the specialty guys, the kickers, the punters, the long snappers. There's about 4 of them. It doesn't take very long. I come back down. I look at my phone again. TCU's in overtime, which makes me want to, pull my hair out. And San Diego State is pulled within 2. Aztecs up and down like the entire game. But that's a great win for San Diego State. We're going to talk more about that in the next segment. Great win for San Diego State. They needed a quad 1 win. Ben and Woods were talking about this earlier about how the non-conference is affecting, their overall picture because they can't make up the ground in conference play. I looked at TCU's schedule, as a TCU fan. I looked at all the quad 1 games they have lined up. It's almost every single game from here on out. The Frogs are going to have quad 1 games, which is way different. They can lose the game like that. San Diego State, on the other hand, they can't lose any more quad 1 games. They need that for their resume. That was a great win for the Aztecs last night. Great win for the Aztecs last night. But let's go back to the other big story that happened yesterday in college athletics. Again, the craziness continues. You got a young man at the University of Washington, Williams. Darren Williams? Devin Williams? I can't remember his name. D. Williams. He's the quarterback for the Washington Huskies. About a couple of days ago, the guy signs a contract, and it was reported about like $4 million. Like he was getting $4 million to come back to be the Washington Huskies quarterback. He signs a 4-year. He signs a $4 million deal for NIL. Last night, he decided to enter the transfer portal. Not tell anybody about it, but him and his PR team put out beyond blah, 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 blah. He's entering the portal. Then it comes out there's a report that LSU is giving him $6.5 million. So nobody at Washington knew this. Most of the football team and the players and the coaches, you know why they didn't know this? They were at a funeral for a women's soccer player that had passed away at the University of Washington. That's when this guy announces that he is now leaving to go to LSU. So he's trying to enter the portal. He thinks he's going to LSU. Washington's insane, right? They're just losing their mind. You know, they're going, we're going to press legal action. I mean, Jed Fish is trying to figure everything out. I mean, they just lost their quarterback. Now you got some serious tampering with LSU. On the other side of that, that's exactly what Jed Fish did when he left Arizona to go to Washington. So it's not like, you know, you can't complain about the tampering when you did it yourself, Jed. That's a different topic for a different day. So as Williams, the quarterback at Washington, is entering the transfer portal to go to LSU to be their new quarterback for $6.5 million, whatever it is. Do you know who's currently at LSU at the exact same time, sitting courtside with Lane Kiffin at the LSU basketball game? It's Sam Levitt. Not Sammy Lev, our guy. He would know better. It's Sam Levitt. Sam Levitt was going to commit to Kentucky, decided not to commit to Kentucky. All of a sudden, the Notre Dame quarterback that was going to go to Nebraska saw the opening in Kentucky. He goes to Kentucky. Sam Levitt is out there trying to find some place to go because he left Arizona State. And so he's getting wined and dined by Lane Kiffin as the news is being reported that Williams from Washington is signing with LSU for $6.5 million. That had to have come up during that conversation, right? Lane Kiffin's on his phone all the time. Do you think a guy like Sam Levitt's not on his phone sitting courtside at an LSU basketball game? Have you watched LSU basketball? Everybody in that building's on their phone. Come on now. It is the drama that keeps on coming. I can't believe it. Every single time you sit there and go like, oh, college football is crazy, it one-ups itself. It does it again. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. This is, again, this is like the tip of the iceberg. This is going to continue to spiral out of control. That story yesterday is crazy. I'm sure there's going to be more details coming out about it. I know that Washington is trying to sue Williams for this. I don't know how that's going to live up in the court because all these contracts, and Ross Dellinger does a great job covering college football for Yahoo Sports. He put out tweets about some pictures of, you know, some contracts because originally it was the kid that was at, what's it called? The kid that was at Cincinnati that just signed with Texas Tech. He was offered $3.5 million to go to LSU. Now, of course, LSU is in a panic because Chambliss, who I think Lane Kiffin thought was going to come with him to LSU from Ole Miss, has decided he's going to stay at Ole Miss. He still needs to fight for another year of eligibility. Good luck with that. So with that news happening after the big game that Chambliss played for Ole Miss against Georgia, beating Georgia in the college football playoff, all of a sudden he's going to stay. Now Lane Kiffin is in a massive bind trying to find another quarterback. He's making deals left and right. He's promising this. He's promising that. He gets Washington's kid to transfer. Now all of a sudden you get the reports that Washington is not going to allow Williams to enter the transfer portal. Remember, they got to like sign paperwork for this. They're going to sit there and go, we have a contract. Williams is going to sue saying, like, these are non-binding contracts. I'm not an employee. This is a gigantic can of worms. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. The gift that keeps on giving. College football. I don't know if this is what I wanted to start the day with. We're going to talk about Aztecs basketball in just a little bit. We got the latest news on the hot stove. Might be able to breathe a sigh of relief, Padres fans, on the Kyle Tucker news. We got some bold predictions to get through at 11 o'clock. We're going to talk about John Harbaugh getting fired as the Ravens coach yesterday. That happened after our show. We got some news in the NFL about the Colts. I mean, so many different things to talk about. Plus, by the way, anybody notice this during the show yesterday or late yesterday? I saw it pop up. Frank put it on the sheet. We'll talk about this as well. The entire situation of BJ Davis fouling out of the game against Boise State before he made that game-tying shot, and he still stayed in the game because I don't know what happened? Well, Boise State filed a grievance with the Mountain West. We'll tell you how that went down. Mark Ziegler had a great piece on that right before tip-off for San Diego State, Nevada. We're going to talk about the Aztecs in the Nevada game in just a little bit. But, Frank, welcome to the show. That was a lot to get off my chest to start the show. That is just, I'm telling you, is this bravo for sports fans? It might be.
It really is. It really, really is. And you wonder how how free agency works and how stuff like this doesn't fall apart. Well, this is how these guardrails are put up to keep things like what is happening now with college football from happening. This is why free agency and stuff like that works in the NBA and the NFL. It's all of these hidden guardrails that you never see, that when they're not there, all of this is exposed. There's no precedent for it in college football, at least. So now they have to make a precedent, which is going to create a whole new style of free agency / transfer portal. It's just insane.
It's crazy. This is the drama. I love comparing it to professional sports all the time and do the entire bit of, could you imagine? How about this, Padres fans? Could you imagine the Padres gave that Fernando Tatis Jr. extension, right? They gave him that extension, and he signs the deal. They do all the pomp and circumstance, all that stuff. And then 2 days later, he's like, I'm out. Dodgers offered me double this. I'm out of here. See ya. Contract's non-binding.
It's off to the Royals with me.
Yeah. Could you imagine how crazy that is? This is what happens. This is what happens. You don't make rules for things. This is why Colorado's boosters are like, why are we doing this? Why are we paying money? It's the worst business model in the history of business, college football, NIL. It is the worst business model ever. Yet, college football is going to have to try to continue to keep this thing afloat because nobody wants to step up and make any rules. Nobody in leadership wants to make any rules. The NCAA can't do it anymore because judges rule against them in every type of ruling. I mean, it is crazy. San Diego State basketball, well, that's crazy in its own right. A lot of ups and downs. They had a lot of ups and downs yesterday. We're going to fully break down that game. Aztecs beat Nevada. Huge win for San Diego State. We'll talk about the implications, what it means. Take a look back at their resume as they continue their conference play. We're going to get your phone calls as well. John in Temecula, Kevin in Chula Vista. Stay on hold. Braden Surprenant Show off and running on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan. All guests on 97 The Fan appear on the David P. Shapiro Fan Hotline. David P. Shapiro, criminal defense attorneys helping good people regain control of their future when charged with a crime since 2010. Visit davidpshapirolaw.com. I want to wish everybody a happy Nate Colbert Day. Happy Nate Colbert Day.
It is Nate Colbert Day.
And why are we saying it's Happy Nate Colbert Day? Well, Nate Colbert wore number 17. So, 1 of January, 7 of the day of January. And, trying to combat MLB Network's ridiculous Shohei Ohtani Day thing. So here's the tease we're going to do for the rest of the year. We're just going to lay it out there.
Well, it ends on September 9th because...
We're out of jerseys at that point?
Yeah, because...
99?
Yeah.
From here until September 9th. Well, you know what? You can mix in probably some... you can get creative with the... with other jersey numbers. We can get creative with it. Like for 10-3, you could make it something else. You could make it a jersey number 10 again. Third guy to wear number 10 in the Padres history.
Okay.
There's other ways to do it. There's other ways to do it. But as of right now, from now until September 9th, every day will be a different happy insert Padre here day based on the jersey number they wore for the Padres.
And boy, there are going to be some name pulls in this.
Yes. This is the tease that we're going to do for the rest of the year. We might briefly bring it up throughout the rest of the year. There's multiple guys, so there's going to be some days that are like multiple players. Like tomorrow. How many names we got tomorrow?
We got 4. We got 1 for each hour tomorrow.
Wow.
Because I couldn't decide, and my original thought for this gimmick was to put a vote in the chat.
Yeah.
And see, like, okay, here are your options for tomorrow. Whose day is it tomorrow?
Right.
That was my initial thought for the gimmick.
So happy Nate Colbert Day to all that celebrate.
Yes.
That's gonna be our gimmick the entire year. I think, you know what? What's the guy's name for Washington? What's his first name before I
you went back to that. Hold on.
Demond? Demond?
He's probably a demon, I'm sure. Yeah.
Demond?
Well, it's not a capital M.
Oh. Yeah. Demond Williams Jr.
Yeah, it's not a capital M, which is
I don't know how to say his name.
Demond Jr. Demond Williams, maybe?
Demond Williams. He's the candidate right now for Win Sock of the Week. For yesterday. Just absolute chaos. We're going to talk about the Aztecs here in a second. Do want to get your phone calls, 833-288-0973, 833-288-0973. Let's get out to John in Temecula. John, what's going on?
How you doing, Braden? Been a long time, bud.
It has, and I want to thank you personally for the salsa that you dropped off. I've been using some of that a lot during the holiday break. It's really good stuff. I appreciate that.
You are very welcome, and that's part of why I called. I heard your hot opener. My God, the NIL business model, you nailed that. What a mess. The quarterback shuffle, what a mess. But I wanted to make you guys aware, you can rest assured that the sanctity of the no food in the studio room rule will be upheld today, because I'm behind Adam Klug and the Ghost Pepper Challenge today. I'll be down in the studio a little bit before your show ends, and I think Scraby's idea was to record that segment. Now, Adam had popped off because I didn't know what his spice level would be, so I just randomly said, well, if he can't handle it, I'll give him a mild. So I was on Gwen and Chris with the Chris versus the Fans, and he was texting Scraby. That salsa was delicious, but it was weak. I can handle way better. I've come to learn from you guys that he can, but there's a special salsa blend that I created just to give him the reaction Scraby's looking for. But what Scraby doesn't know is that I'm going to make it a challenge between the two of them.
Oh,
so I just want to call it.
You ruined the
that.
bet now.
Hey, you know what? Scraby's not going to rewind to this. It's going to be okay.
You know, Scraby is not going to rewind. He's also doing his other job right now.
That's right.
He texted me and told me. So, yeah, we're safe.
We're safe, Frank. I think we're safe. So we got to keep that down to a minimum, Frank, the rest of the show. But I can't wait for this. I'm going to be I can't wait for this. I can't handle the spice like that, John. I know my limits, and I don't poke the bear. It sounds like Adam's been poking the bear. So I can't wait to see what you came up with, and I'll see you down here.
Yeah, it's my organically grown ghost peppers, but it's not what I sell. They're going to be eating it to see who gets the gift jar, but that jar is nothing compared to what I made this morning. So Scraby said we just want him to have a reaction. So hopefully I succeed.
Well, John, as you were doing that, I appreciate the phone call. We'll see it down here, before the start of Gwen and Chris. Thanks again. And I know he listens on the radio too, but Adam in the YouTube chat has dropped the emojis, the ghost and the chili pepper. He's running his mouth
at this point.
I'm telling you though, the guy, you know what? Adam's like Kirk Cignetti right now. He's back. He's backed it up. Like, you can get mad at Kurt Cignetti for being arrogant. Look me up, I win. The guy wins. Adam could be arrogant about his spice tolerance. The guy handles spice. I mean, I have yet to see him flinch. So this challenge today, later on this afternoon on Gwen and Chris, where Adam's going to take on the ghost chili. And it's going to be done outside of the studio, so we're all clean, all that stuff. I can't wait. I can't wait to see this.
John just saw that message in the chat and said, all right, let me throw an extra couple flakes in there.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Not only did he give me mild, but said he didn't think I liked spicy stuff. Have we not seen the challenges? Adam's crazy on the spice stuff and the weird jelly beans that the morning show has. And oh my God. That guy's like a bottomless pit.
That was an awful morning for this show.
Did you work that day?
Well, yeah, we were both here that day.
Oh, it's one of them. They've done the jelly bean thing multiple times.
No, I know that. But after they opened that tin, the awful stink that was in this room. Oh, my God, that was a bad morning.
The spicy. What Jocelyn's got a good question. What is the over-under on the boss calling in tomorrow for belly issues? 6, 7? All right.
He draws the foul.
Too many people.
He draws the foul.
Too many people during the break. We're doing 6, 7 jokes. I said, stop it. Stop it. They keep doing 6, 7 cam at USD basketball games, though, and it's thumbs down. Let's get out to Kevin in Chula Vista. Kevin, what's going on? Happy Nate Cole birthday, Kevin.
Yeah, there you go. And Happy New Year to you and Frank, and looking forward to hopefully a pretty good sports year in San Diego. So, getting back to our nightmare nil situation, what blows my mind, Braden, is that there's this universal acceptance now of this is the way it has to be in college sports, when everybody knows this thing is headed off a cliff to a dead end. I don't care what part of it that you want to debate. First of all, I still maintain, and I'm waiting for a class action suit from the taxpayers that will come up and provide injunctive relief that stops taxpayer funding of college sports that has now turned into professional sports. You can't commingle the two legally. You just can't. And that's number one. Number two, if you go back to the original tenets of how we got into this mess, starts in the California state legislature. Everybody they think in college sports should get paid. Because why? They see all of this money coming in from television. How much television revenue has ever ended up into the pockets of the kids to begin with? I think the answer is probably precious little. And so the colleges, the universities are left to fend for themselves. And that by itself is the big are going to swallow up the little. And at the end of the day, you're going to end up with a whole lot of nothing. And that's basically where we're headed. And there's nobody out there that's got the power, that's got the leadership that wants to do a damn thing about it. That's the worst part to this, is we've got smart people and people of high moral character and leadership that sit back and do nothing. How the hell does this happen?
What happens is, Kevin, this is how it happened, and I think you know the answer to that. What happened is they kept putting it off and putting it off and putting it off on the, letting a kid buy a sandwich, giving a kid a sandwich or, paying for his food. They kept putting off the kids that created their own content and had to give it up when they became a college athlete because it was a, money avenue. And all of the little things that they prevented from happening that pissed off the public. And then they came to a point where they had to make a decision and just opened up the entire floodgates instead of ruling on a lot of things and fixing a lot of archaic rules from the get-go. And now since they opened up the floodgates, the water's coming through and they don't have the power to close it anymore. And you're in a bad situation. Now, right now, the best news is for all the players that are currently playing because they're going to suck up all the money. Players in the next 10 years aren't going to get the money like this because they're going to fix it by then. And then it's going to be a even bigger catastrophic failure of college athletics. But here's the thing, and this is kind of the root of the issue, I think, for the future of college football and the future of college basketball and the future of college athletics in general. Eventually, the people like Kevin that are Aztec alumni in particular are going to stop watching their schools play. Because it doesn't make any sense why you would watch them play when they have a brand new team every year. It's not San Diego State's problem. It's not as bad at San Diego State as it is at other schools. But just using as an example, it's the the Braden Surprenants of the world getting fed up with watching TCU players get a bunch of money and then not really go that hard when they play, and then first exit they're going to leave for more money. And those people are going to stop watching, and those people are going to stop investing in going to games. They're going to stop investing going on trips. They're going to stop investing going to bowl games. They're going to stop investing watching on television, and things are going to slowly start to decline. And then they're not going to have the same. Then they're not going to be making money, and then nobody's going to be making money. It's going to take a long time for that because ratings are up right now and things are up for college athletics. But I saw a tweet last night, and I thought it was very important about the college athletics situation when it was the conversation of, is it broken or is it not because ratings are high and everything else is low? I'll tell you what that tweet is, and we'll talk about the Aztecs beat Nevada when we come back on the Braden Surprenant Show, San Diego Sports Station 97 through the Fan. Braden Surprenant Show, live and locally each every day from 10 to 2 on San Diego State Sports Station 97.3. The Fan, he's Frank Marchese. I'm Braden Surprenant. We are the Braden Surprenant Show. Thanks again for tuning in to us again here in 2026. If you haven't done so already, follow us on social media. You can follow me at B_SURP, at BSURP. All of the links, if you're watching on YouTube, are below where you can follow us on social media. You can follow the Braden Surprenant Show on Twitter at B_SURP Show. You can follow Frank Marchese, F Marks with a Z, 324 on all social media platforms as well. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel at B_SURP. You can also subscribe to 97.3 The Fan. If you're watching right now on The Fan, hit the little bell. It tells you, or the little thing that says subscribe next to the logo. That helps us out a lot, helps push this out to you guys as much as possible, as easy as possible. We have 9,000 subscribers. We're trying to get to 10,000 here at 97.3 The Fan. Trying to get the Braden Surprenant Show up to 1,000 subscribers as well. We're currently working on a lot of different content. You're going to see some more videos today as we go about during commercial breaks. So try to keep that part as entertaining as possible for all of you guys. I think we're going to film some more content over the weekend. We're trying to come up with different ideas to make it where it's nonstop content on YouTube, on our page. So looking forward to that as the year goes on. Lots to talk about in college athletics. But before we talk about Aztec basketball, I teased going to break that tweet that I saw. I told Frank what it was to summarize what college athletics is. Because there's a couple of different narratives right now. There's the people on social media that talk about how college athletics is broken, right? And they're usually at schools that are getting pillaged every single offseason with different players leaving in the portal and not being able to keep up. It's a lot of group of 6 schools. It's a lot of like mid-tier Power 4 schools. It's even some schools that used to be dominant that aren't dominant anymore because of the transfer portal and NIL. They know college athletics is, quote, broken. I would say that it's not right. I would say that it's probably on the broken side. But that's one of the sides of this split right now when it comes to NIL. The other side, usually coming from fans of schools that have done the best during this NIL era, have talked about how it's, well, TV ratings are up and the drama is up and people can't stop consuming the content of college athletics. That is what makes college athletics great. This is the lifeblood. You can't say it's dead when it's at all-time high in viewership. And one of the tweets that I saw underneath that was a spot-on comment. It said, well, just because it's the most viewed doesn't mean there's something right with it. I mean, a lot of people, there's a lot of looky-loos at car accidents on the freeway. That doesn't mean it's right. With the the viewership of certain things here in the United States, here in just with people in general. So if you're going to judge the lifeblood of something based on TV ratings, you got it all wrong. I mean, this is not a sustainable feat, what's going on in college athletics. Now, speaking of college athletics, as we have spent the first hour on it, and coming up in the 11 o'clock hour, we're going to talk a lot of baseball like we always do, get you updated on the hot stove, keep you updated on what's going on around Major League Baseball, some bold predictions for 2026 as well. But before we get to that in the 11 o'clock hour, let's talk about last night's basketball game. So again, last night I had the Cathedral Catholic banquet, took like 5 hours for the football season. And during the banquet, Frank texted me, Aztecs are cooked. This was like the first 3 minutes of them tipping off. And it's because they've dropped out of a 14-2 deficit in the first like 40 seconds of the game.
And they looked disgusting doing it too. Like it was bad. I mean, we're talking about Miles Bird facing the wrong way behind the 3-point arc, just heaving the ball backwards over his head with one hand just to avoid a shot clock violation. Like they were bad.
And that was the sign of San Diego State. I mean, they're the good, the bad, and the ugly. They have shown spots where they're really good. They have shown spots where they're kind of bad. They've shown spots where it's just flat out ugly to watch. Mark Ziegler, in his recap article about the game, called it ugly, chaotic, stressful, and effective. Those are all 4 adjectives of that game last night. San Diego State, 3 days after blowing a 24-point lead and surviving triple overtime to Boise State, which, by the way, is still controversial, and we'll talk about that later on. The Aztecs followed it up by falling behind 14-2 on the road in Reno. A place, by the way, they are 8-7. They were 8-7 all time playing it before last night's game. This is a place that I'm telling you, this is a place that when asked about it, when Mark Ziegler asked about this to Brian Dutcher about playing there, Brian Dutcher said, I don't know if we're ever going to play here again. He didn't say that exactly, but he was on the lines of, I highly doubt we're going to come back here and play. That's how miserable it is to play there. High altitude. It's a very difficult environment. Nevada's a good team. They're well coached. But they were down 14-2 on the road at altitude. And then they flipped the game on its head. Again, like the comparisons, the timelines of like when this is happening and when I was at the banquet. Frank texts me, Aztecs cooked. I looked down at my phone, 14-2. I go up, talk about the kickers and long snappers at Cathedral. I come back down. It's a 2-point game, close to the end of half. They flipped the game on Nevada, and they win 73-68. And now, as you look at it, and I think Ben Woods brought up a good point about this Aztecs team. This Aztecs team now sits at 10-4 overall and 4-0 in Mountain West play, tied with Utah State atop the conference. So now you look at, and again, we'll break the game down a little bit further. Defense showed up, right? We haven't seen the defense show up all year for San Diego State. They've actually been a lot better on the offensive end than the defensive end, which is surprising for the Aztecs. Final 30 minutes of that game, the Aztecs outscored Nevada 62-45. They held Nevada to just 23.9% from the field. After they hit 6 threes in the first half, Nevada went 2 for 15 the rest of the way and missed their final 8 from deep. That's going to help. Brian Dutcher said we rely on our defense. For them to shoot 22% in the second half, you would say we won with our defense. They did. It wasn't a fluke run. It was sustained defense and a clapdown on Nevada. A team, by the way, that was built on defense as we gave you the preview. Final minutes of that game was chaos. Nevada took a 66-65 lead. Reese Dixon Waters followed his own miss. B.J. Davis forced back-to-back steals. Miles Bird missed the contested layup that looked like a foul. B.J. Davis then drove into traffic, launched a desperation heave, and then Miles Heide, who grabbed the rebound, scored, and got fouled on a pure effort play, flipped the game late in the second half. Heide missed the free throw. It's not a great free throw shooter, Miles Heide. No, he's not. But Nevada missed the tying 3. Davis and freshman LZ Harrington iced it at the line. 5 players scored 10-plus points. Miles Bird led with 14 points, 5 assists. Taj DeGorville had one of his best games since being demoted to the bench. and one of his best games of the season. Brian Dutcher used all 11 players early, a sharp contrast to the shortened bench in the Boise State game. Bench points last night for San Diego State, 37. Nevada had 9, and that margin was huge. It's a big win for San Diego State. It's a road win. It was at altitude, early deficit, short turnaround after playing on Saturday, emotional hangover trip from being in triple overtime on Saturday, and yet San Diego State didn't miss a beat, and they won the game. This is why this is such a big game and a big win for the Aztecs. Brian Dutcher said after the game, I'm starting to feel as if we're playing better basketball. It looks like they're playing better basketball. First couple of minutes, down 14-2, didn't play really good basketball. But you start to look at what San Diego State has done this season and where they're at right now in terms of the net, in terms of the RPI. Again, the net rankings update, a couple of times a week. San Diego State is up to 60 in the net. They've jumped 9 spots. They are now 45 in the RPI. When you start looking at some other metrics like KenPom and everything like that, they're starting to traject upwards. And you look at the overall season, like as disappointing as it has been this year for San Diego State, they've lost 4 games. And as the morning show pointed out, and I agree with this, if you take out, which you can't do, but if you take out the Troy game and let's say San Diego State, which they could have done, they lost that game by 1 point in an overtime game. If they prevail against Troy, you're looking at the season a whole lot different than you are right now. Because San Diego State's other 3 losses, one's to Michigan, who nobody's been able to beat or come close to beating. Been close to beating. Michigan has beaten everybody by 25 points or more, dating back to when they beat TCU by 5. And then last night they had to etch one out against Penn State. They only won by 2, but they have been almost unbeatable during that stretch. San Diego State drew them early in the season. Even if San Diego State beat Troy, they're probably not going to be Michigan. That's the game that, like, when you put on the schedule, that you didn't know how good Michigan was going to be, and they ended up being a world beater team to start the year. I mean, San Diego State has played the number 1 and number 2 teams in the country this season, at least ranked on net, at least ranked on RPI, ranked on KenPom, whatever it is. Michigan and Arizona are the top 2 teams in the country. Those are 2 losses for San Diego State. They were going to lose those games anyway. Then you look at the Baylor game. They lose the Baylor by 10. Baylor's not a bad loss. Baylor's going to be in the mix in the Big 12. They just picked up a player that played in the G League. I mean, the guy's a pro athlete that's going to be on their team. That's going to be a different Baylor team now than they were, and hopefully Baylor starts to win if you're an Aztec fan, kind of boost some of your numbers a little bit. But as Ben Higgins mentioned on the morning show, that was the 3rd game in 3 days in Vegas. Of course it's going to be a little bit different. So you look at those 3 losses, those are losses you're probably going to lose anyway. And San Diego State has a 3-loss year. The only one that's frustrating is the loss to Troy. And I agree with what Paul had to say this morning when talking about this. The biggest difference between San Diego State and everybody else in the Power 4 is when the schools in the Power 4 lose those games. Like I look at my alma mater. TCU lost to New Orleans the first game of the year. New Orleans is terrible. TCU lost their center in the first 30 seconds of the game to a season-ending injury. That's besides the point. But I looked at their schedule. They're going to play a bunch of quad 1 games in conference because the Big 12 is so inflated with all their metrics. They're the best conference in college basketball. It's a different story. For San Diego State, they lose to Troy. They don't have the metrics to come back and boost their numbers because their conference isn't as good. Ben laid out the rest of the schedule of January. We talked about it yesterday. There's some difficult opponents in there for San Diego State, but they're never going to get the credit for beating those opponents because they're quad 2 and quad 3 games. He mentioned Grand Canyon. Playing at Grand Canyon is almost impossible for a lot of schools. Grand Canyon's not having that great of a year. Grand Canyon, if San Diego State goes to the Phoenix area and beats the Lopes on the road, a tough place to play, they're going to get a quad 2 victory for that. Not a quad 1. So the margin for error for San Diego State is very razor thin as they go through conference because the Mountain West Conference, despite their strength of schedule metrics that they want to pump out in their propaganda, is not good enough for San Diego State to overcome it as an at-large unless they go on a little bit of a roll. Now, if they start to win, they're going to slowly start climbing their way up the net. They're going to have better metrics probably to make it as an at-large. They're going to evaluate, obviously, those games that they played against Arizona and Michigan. But unfortunately for San Diego State, they don't have a marquee win. They don't have a marquee win. Now, beating Nevada yesterday was good. I think that was a great victory for San Diego State. If they could go and beat Utah State at the end of the month on the road and get another quad one win, San Diego State will be in a lot better situation. Will not have to get hot in the Mountain West tournament. But it's a razor-thin margin for the Aztecs. And I'm telling you right now, I agree with Brian Dutcher. The team is playing a lot better. But here's the deal. San Diego State's not going to get the credit for the committee like these other schools are going to. They're not going to get credit for losing to Michigan, Arizona, and Baylor. They're just not. It's San Diego State. They're not in a Power 4 conference. And I'm telling you right now, if you put it in the committee's hands, you're going to be disappointed on Selection Sunday. Where's the outro music? We got to get to break. Frank was letting me cook. Let the man cook.
I was working.
Let the man cook. 833-288-0973. 833-288-0973. Foul on Sam. No high point. Violence in the chat. When we come back, why Padres fans can take a little bit of a sigh of relief when it comes to the Kyle Tucker and potentially not coming to the division. We'll explain further in the 11 o'clock hour. Braden Surprenant Show. San Diego State Sports Station 97.5 The Fan. All right, Adam's getting a little nervous. He came in here a little nervous about the ghost pepper deal. He's sweating. He's already sweating. He's like, what's the worst that can happen? Why would you utter those words ever, by the way? Don't ever say that. What's the worst that can happen? Really?
Right.
Have you ever watched a movie or a show, like anytime somebody says, what's the worst that can happen, something catastrophically bad happens right after?
It's right up there with how hard can it be?
How hard can it be? Or hold my beer. That usually never ends well.
That's a meme now.
Yeah, and also never ends well. Never ends well. All right, we worked on some more content during the break. We had another softball video. We're gonna get the OTL ones going. We're gonna get some more stuff. We got to get some Frank Marchese man on the street stuff. Do we think Frank could do that?
Like I said, we got to.
You know what? If 2026 getting you out of your comfort zone.
Yeah, we got to.
You know what? We got to mic up Frank and PB this weekend and have him go around asking NFL people questions.
We got to get the man on the street first. That's the biggest hurdle you got to get over.
The biggest hurdle in this particular situation is Frank's an old man, and he's going to be like, "Where am I going to park?"
Oh no, I don't care about that.
Oh really?
It's going to be annoying, but walking a mile just to get to my car is going to be annoying. But I'm not going to complain about it.
You're not going to complain about it?
Not beyond that, no.
Juan, what do you want to help with, buddy? We'll see you down there on Sunday. Sunday for sure. I'm trying to get our boy Crumb out there, see if he eats some ketchup tacos. But Crumb's got to be locked in on the Eagles on Sunday. I want to see Crumb live react to the Eagles losing to the Niners. Well, you know what? Our buddy Perez, who, by the way, Tony Gwynn brought him up at the during their show yesterday when talking about Matt Eberflus.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, "Oh yeah, I went to the gym to pick up my meals," and then our resident Cowboys fan. Come on, dude, we all know who he is. You already outed his name over the summertime. So he's a Cowboys fan, right? He was like, "Let me go to the Eagles bar after they lose and let me interview Eagles fans wear my Cowboy stuff." I'm like, "Go ahead. You might get your ass kicked."
Yeah, it sounds like a wonderful idea.
I'd be there for that. I'd watch that. Cowboy fan rubbing against Eagles fan. I mean, that would be just great talk back and forth. So we're gonna figure some of that stuff out. All right. So Adam's freaking out about the ghost pepper challenge. He's gonna do that on Gwynn and Chris today. Our friend of the show, Jonathan Temecula, who has his own salsa business. He dropped off some salsas during right before the end of the break. I got some of the hot ones. They're delicious. Adam got a mild one. He was complaining about the fact that it was mild. He's a spice guy. So John's up in the antes, and he doesn't even sell this pepper because it's so hot. And the salsa that he's bringing today with the ghost pepper. So Adam's a little nervous. I think, you know what? I got to see this. Adam's got to get locked in. Adam's going to get locked in, right?
Mm-hmm.
Locked in. He's got to get the headphones on. He's got to be listening to Lose Yourself by Eminem. I think we got to get him an iPad, watch some film breakdown on what to expect from the ghost pepper, how they're planted, how they're picked, how they're properly put together, whatever what's the temperature gauge of peppers against the Scoville or something like that?
Yeah, Augie just put it in chat.
I don't know how to pronounce it. But yeah, he's got to look at that rating, whatever that is. I'm telling you, he's got to get locked in. Where is? I mean, at this point, there's so many other peppers now that have passed the ghost chili, whatever, ghost pepper.
Mm-hmm.
I want to know what the Scoville units are. What have we got on this, by the way?
Hold on.
Let me look it up. I'm surprised this isn't today's game pepper question.
Well, I didn't know it was happening until I got here.
Scoville scale peppers.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now.
What's a jalapeno? You like 100 or something like that?
Let's see.
Oh, I can't zoom in on this.
Yeah, no, I can't either. I think we're probably looking at the same video or the same picture.
Open image in a new tab. There you go.
Okay, so
let's everybody knows what like a jalapeno is, right?
Yeah. So a
jalapeno is
a jalapeno is between 2,500 and 8,000.
Okay, that's a little spicy, right?
Yeah.
The 2,500 to 8,000.
The ghost pepper, 855,000 and 1,041,427. That's the range.
Hang on a second.
That is the range.
So the ghost pepper is 800,000 to
1.04 million.
Yes. That seems kind of hot. That seems kind of hot. That's from India, apparently. I didn't know like all these peppers are different deals. Pepper X apparently is the hottest one. That is 3.1 million to that is 3.18 million.
The Carolina Reaper is 1.4 to 2.2 million.
That's minimum to maximum, I guess.
Yes, that's your range. Like, to put that into perspective,
Well, like habaneros are hot. What's a habanero on there?
habaneros are
Oh boy.
100,000 to 350,000.
Oh boy.
Then you have red Savina habaneros, which are 350,000 to 577,000. And then the chocolate habanero, which is 425,000 to
Sounds sweet.
750.
Yeah.
577. Sorry.
So they put it on like a poblano is like 1,000 to 2,000. You see Adam's thing?
Yes.
Hey man, he was the one popping off. You look at some of these peppers on here. Banana pepper's 500 on the scale. If you can't handle banana pepper, you're in some serious trouble. Like, how many people? Like, do you think a jalapeno's spicy? I think it's give and take. Like, I can handle a jalapeno. I can handle a serrano to an extent, but if I were to eat a serrano, I'd probably like pass out. I like spice, but I don't like my face to get melted off.
Do you have Tabasco sauce?
Yeah, I like Tabasco.
Tabasco is twice as hot as a serrano.
Really?
And you're complaining about a serrano, yeah.
Oh, I guess I can have a serrano then. Yeah, I put Tabasco's on here.
Yeah, well, at least the one I'm on.
Oh.
Tabasco.
Oh yeah, a Tabasco pepper.
Oh, okay.
I'm sure it's made from that.
I
like putting Tabasco on like my pizza and stuff. Now the bread kind of holds it, but I can handle Tabasco. So that's probably my limit right there.
He draws the foul.
What, dude? There's bad pizza out there that needs Tabasco on it. I'm not putting it on a good pizza.
No, there's bad pizza out there that just needs to be eradicated. You shouldn't be having that pizza.
I'm not a pizza snob like you are. I am eclectic with my pizza.
Okay.
I like all types of pizza. We don't judge here. Scrappy did do the chip challenge. How hot's the chip challenge on that thing?
That's the Carolina Reaper, right?
Is that what that is on the chip challenge?
I believe so.
Because didn't Adam have some of that? He like was unfazed by the chip challenge.
Yeah, let me see.
They did that one on the radio too. Yeah, look up what the chip challenge pepper is. I believe it because Adam came in here like, well, what am I in for here? I'm like, well, I don't know. I don't eat spicy foods.
Yeah, it's the Carolina Reaper.
The Carolina Reaper. What's that on the scale?
I had said it before. It's 1.4 million to 2.2 million.
Oh, that's hotter than the ghost pepper.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, he's fine.
But then again, this is not just a straight up ghost pepper. This is a blend of.
Oh yeah, he's making his little thing. That's right.
So it could be worse.
I wouldn't touch a habanero. I have had some things with habanero in it, and I've been okay. But I'm not like that. I get Tabasco pepper's fine. That's 50,000 on the scale. I don't know. I'm not super into hot stuff. I like hot stuff, but like I'm like I'm trying to figure out a description for it. I'm not super spicy guy like Adam. I'm probably like just above like an average spice guy. I like a little kick. A little kick is fine. My mom would pass out at any of these things. I mean, she can't even handle a jalapeno. There's a pepper called a cherry bomb. Some of these are hilarious, by the way. Some of these names. They have a Yucatan white habanero. White bullet habanero. I mean, when you're naming peppers after bullets, I feel like that's probably very spicy. Trinidad scorpion chocolate. You start throwing in like insects that sting you and can kill you. It's probably hot.
I am out.
I am out. Infinity pepper. Like your mouth is going to be on fire for infinity levels of time. I mean, how do you beat something called a pepper X, which apparently is the hottest pepper on the planet as of right now? I guess. I don't know. Whatever the latest thing is. I pulled this from Reddit. I don't know. Seven pot brain strain.
Pepper X came on the scene rating about 3.2 million Scoville units. It took 10 years to develop as of 2020.
I'm glad science is getting put to good use. We're putting science to good use by trying to create peppers that will kill somebody. Trinidad Moruga Scorpion. Dragon's Breath. They made a pepper called Dragon's Breath, United Kingdom.
Oh, here's a good one for you. Scotch bonnet.
Sounds delightful.
It's as hot as a habanero.
Look at these names. Devil's Tongue. Hey, would you like some spice? Sure. How hot is it? Hot as the devil's tongue. Oh, that sounds kind of hot. Devil's Tongue. Dragon's Breath. 7-pot brain strain. This thing's so hot your brain's going to malfunction. A Viper.
I don't need help with that.
Viper pepper, Reaper, Pepper X, Dragon's Breath. I mean, they have a Komodo dragon pepper. How many more of these guys? They're going to run out of cool names. Pepper X is at the top right now. What happens when they get another one?
Pepper Y.
I'm not as afraid of Pepper Y. You go Pepper Z, everybody's gonna like, Gen Z pepper. Weak.
Oh, God. Come on.
There's too many on here. The Bulgarian carrot. What is this? Oh, I can handle cayenne. Okay, that's around the same spot. It's not too bad. Scotch bonnet. That's the one you were saying.
Yes.
Caribbean red habanero. 7-pot Jonah. Wow. Trinidad Scorpion called Butch T. Like Butch T. Cougar? Is that the Washington State pepper? If it's the Washington State pepper, based on how they perform in college football, that should be not that hot. The Trinidad Scorpion, a.k.a. the Butch T. That's hilarious. Okay. What do we think? Now, after reading the scale, I think Adam's in really good shape.
Oh, yeah, I think he'll be fine.
If he can handle the Carolina Reaper chip thing.
But you do also have to remember when they did the chip, that wasn't just the straight pepper.
That's true.
That was pepper powder.
What's in the chip? What's it say? I thought you had the chip pulled up.
I did before, but we stopped talking about it.
Yeah, what's the chip? The Butch T pepper is killing me. That's just so funny. The Butch T pepper. I love it. I love it. Our resident Washington State fan, Perez, by the way, says, shove it because we've made 9 bowl games in a row. Okay, fine. We'll put you at Prairie Fire pepper level then. All right, what do we got on the chip? What's on the chip? It's like a dusting.
Yeah, it's dried ground ghost pepper, so there is a little bit in it. Mixed with salt, sugar, onion powder, garlic powder, and other natural flavors plus starches.
Okay, so there's sugar in there. There's some other stuff in there that's going to probably cool it down a little bit. So, yeah, I would say this is going to be a little hot for Adam. But I think he can handle it. This is like getting ready for a prize fight. That's the other thing they need to do. They get to do a tail of the tape between Adam and the ghost pepper. So many great content ideas with this. I need to see Adam getting like taped up like in the gloves, right? Going through his, like, he needs to be walking down the hall, like, just doing his, like, the boxing thing. All those guys are moving their arms. I think we're onto something here. Scraby, I hope Scraby's prepared for this, like, for the content-wise, because I'd love to see this turn into a video we can play for commercials on YouTube. My wheels are turning now. Why did we come up with this bit? This is great.
Got content brain now. This is a problem, folks.
There's so many good things we could do with this.
Once you go down the rabbit hole of content brain, it's all over.
We should do like a Sports Center recap of the deal, like a highlights. We'll have Frank narrate it. Let's head on down to Sarah Mesa, where Adam Klug's taking on the Ghost Pepper. They had him in the first half, not going to lie. We're talking about this because Adam Klug, our boss, is going to be doing a pepper challenge. He will be going against somebody. That person doesn't know they're going against Adam yet. So that will be a surprise, too. This is all happening on Gwynn and Chris later today. All right, we got some news in Major League Baseball we got to get to. We got a couple minutes here, so I guess we could split it up a little bit. We'll save the Kyle Tucker news for a little bit later. But here's some interesting news. Right after we both thought yesterday that Bo Bichette was probably going to be, like, in our opinion, a better fit for the Blue Jays to bring back than Kyle Tucker. As soon as we said it, Frank, the reports were Blue Jays' pursuit of Bichette is now starting to come to a close.
Yeah, more or less. Now that I'm sorry, with the signing of Kazuma Okamoto, the Blue Jays have forced themselves into a position where a reunion with Bo Bichette most likely won't happen. Okamoto is expected to play third base for the Jays next season, shifting Ernie Clement over to second base, Andres Jimenez to short, and of course Vladimir Guerrero at first. This doesn't leave a starting spot in the infield for Bo Bichette unless someone gets moved. If Toronto is intent on bringing him back, which according to the Athletics' Mitch Bannon and Ken Rosenthal is, quote, increasingly unlikely.
Well, that was the other thing we brought up. Like, we both thought that if it's between Bichette and Kyle Tucker, it makes sense to bring Bichette back from a fan perspective. But we looked at the depth chart. We're like, well, where's he going to play? They already have their infield set for, especially after they picked up Okamoto. So where was he going to play? It sounds like they're thinking the same thing. Kyle Tucker can fill in as the DH. Kyle Tucker can play outfield. Like, Kyle Tucker can do some other things that probably fit the Blue Jays a little bit more than Bo Bichette. So from that perspective, I could see why the Blue Jays would be like, all right, well, we're not going to get in on Bo Bichette now, which opens up where's Bo Bichette going to go, who's looking at him, how's that going to be a domino effect. And when we come back, we will let you know who's in on Kyle Tucker and the Kyle Tucker, quote, news and rumors that we are hearing as we continue our baseball coverage in the 11 o'clock hour on the Braden Surprenant Show, San Diego State Sports Station 97 through the Fan. Clay in the South Bay wishing Adam the best of luck on the Pepper Challenge. That's coming up on Gwyn and Chris. Do I have a time on that? No, I have no idea what time they're doing it. I heard the promo for it. We've had Adam give his take on it. I can't wait for this. It's going to be must-watch YouTube. It's going to be must-listen to radio coming up on Gwyn and Chris. So stay tuned for that. It's going to be great. Looking forward to it. Now, we're talking about the latest news and notes on MLB, on the MLB Hot Stove. Frank, the stove's starting to cool off a little bit. 220, Adam says. Don't have to wait very long after the end of the show. 220.
There you go.
We got Adam doing the Pepper Challenge in studio. John Temecula's coming down. He made a vat of spice for Adam. A vat of spice. Anyway. All right. Cue music. It's time to go to the cold stove in Major League Baseball.
It is cooling off a little bit. It does seem like it's pretty doggone hot, especially when you have so much to catch up on after missing 2 weeks. But we had spoken about, just before we ended last segment, the Blue Jays and Bo Bichette and where they feel as though they're going with that. While they're turning down the heat on Bo Bichette, they are turning up the heat on Kyle Tucker. Now that a reunion with Bo Bichette is looking like it's off the table, the Blue Jays are turning up the charm to try to draw Kyle Tucker to the Great White North. The Athletic's Mitch Bannon is reporting that the Jays have, quote, increased their efforts to sign Tucker and have become, quote, more aggressive in their recruitment of him. MLB Network Radio's Jim Duquette notes that the Dodgers and Mets seem like Toronto's stiffest competition to swipe Tucker, but the Blue Jays appear to be in the lead and ramping up the pressure.
Here we go, Blue Jays. Here we go. Seriously. We talked about it yesterday, Kyle Tucker and the potential landing spots, 3 of them being NL West opponents for the San Diego Padres, the Diamondbacks, the Giants, and the Dodgers. I prefer none of the above.
Yeah.
Would you like the Dodgers, the Giants, or the Diamondbacks to sign Kyle Tucker? D, none of the above, please. I don't want to deal with Kyle Tucker in the division. Kyle Tucker's a good player. You know, if you had to pick the lesser of the 3 evils, it'd probably be the Diamondbacks, but it's going to make them really good and tough to deal with. If he goes to the Giants, it's going to make him very good and tough to deal with. Obviously, nobody wants to see him on the Dodgers unless you're rooting for a salary cap. And if you think that's going to be the case, then you got to go through a very difficult 2026 for baseball that nobody wants to see. And, you know, it sucks. Kyle Tucker and Blue Jays, sign me up. He's out of the National League. He's in the American League East. You only have to play him 3 times a year. They're coming here this year. Don't have to go to Toronto. I don't care. Have him sign in Toronto. Sounds good.
And that was something we had talked about yesterday, is the longer that this goes on, the more and more likely it appears as though he would go to the Dodgers. So if the Blue Jays are turning up the heat to try to get him, that means he's most likely going to sign soon. And that would lead to him not going to the Dodgers. That does not play into the Dodgers' hands.
Well, now, I mean, as you mentioned, Jim Duquette says the Dodgers and the Mets are now the stiffest competition. So maybe the Giants and the Diamondbacks are out. And another offseason where the Giants don't sign or spend a lot of money.
They won the deadline, though.
They won the deadline. That's right. They won the deadline. Hang the banner at Oracle Park.
Yeah. The Mets have had a tumultuous offseason, to say the very least, and it appears expected to land one of the 2 remaining top-line starting pitchers in free agency. Both the Mets and the Orioles have been heavily linked to
Is that your new hatred team?
No.
Do you hate them now?
No, I do not.
Like when the Yankees play the Orioles, who are you rooting for?
Oh, the Orioles.
Okay. You're rooting for Pete Alonso?
Yes.
Okay. Moving on.
Both the Mets and the Orioles have been heavily linked to both Framber Valdez and Ranger Suarez, and ESPN Buster Olney has gone as far to say that it is inevitable that the Metropolitans will land at least one of the 2. The Mets GM, David Stern, still prefers to trade for a lower-cost starter, but has been pushed to free agency with the sky-high asking price for guys such as Tariq Skubal and Freddie Peralta. You have a small market GM in a big market
with a ton of resources that he's not using.
Working under the richest owner in Major League Baseball.
And he's penny pinching.
Yep.
Why? Why is he still hired? Why is he still there?
No idea.
Could you imagine? I don't want to imagine it. But could you imagine a universe where, like, AJ Preller works for Steve Cohen in New York. They're buying everybody. I mean, think about that. Think about that for a second. They have everybody on the team. Oh,
For all of
Steve Cohen's like, I want a National League All-Star team. AJ Preller. Done. There.
for all of my issues that I've had with AJ Preller over the years, as far as like the way he just ships off prospects without a second thought, that is a very, very intriguing
See?
thought.
This is exactly why you don't fire AJ Preller. For everybody that wants to fire AJ Preller.
Mhm.
I
Right there.
floated it out there that if the New York Mets had AJ Preller, Mets fan and Frank, who has criticized AJ Preller in some moves,
Yes, I
like
have.
immediately like, oh,
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind that.
I
That sounds great. That's
I
why you don't get
can-
rid of AJ Preller.
I could overlook that criticism very easily
Exactly.
at that point.
I bet you there's a lot of other teams that think that too.
Yes.
I don't know how many other GMs are like now. Who's the was it Stearns, right?
Yeah, David Stern.
David Stearns becomes Ville Padre. Like he'd be could you imagine a world where David Stearns is the general manager of the Padres?
I mean, that'd be cool.
Cool. No, I do not want to see that. This is the difference for like why you keep guys and like sometimes the grass isn't always greener. Just ask people in the transfer portal. Moving on.
The Chicago Cubbies have made a few moves this offseason, with the most recent being the acquisition of reliever Hunter Harvey. But the big move has eluded them so far. That was before at least the reports that came out today. Just because they haven't signed anyone big doesn't mean that they are not in on big names. The Cubs have been, quote, checking in on top free agents such as Alex Bregman, Cody Bellinger, and Bo Bichette. While the Cubs haven't been overly aggressive in their pursuit of any of these names, it still stands to reason that they could potentially sneak one of these players if spring training looms close enough.
All right. This is the last one of the day.
Yes, it
Chicago
is.
Cubs tire kicking mode. Who's not in tire kicking mode right now, by the way?
You would think if
This
you're...
is always everybody's in tire kicking mode. I bet
You
you
would-
AJ Preller's checked in on all of those guys.
You would think, though, for a team like the Cubs, who have spent as aggressively as they have over the course of the last couple seasons, that they would be a little bit further down the line on somebody than tire kicking mode at this point.
I would think they'd be further down the line in pitching for pitching purposes.
Right, and none of those names that I just
No.
mentioned are pitchers.
No. Now, here's the other thing that's interesting with the Cubs. Have you noticed the Cubs' entire roster is a free agent next year? Except for Dansby.
Well,
Shota, free agent.
Yep.
Hap, free agent. Suzuki, free agent. Tyon, free agent. Matthew Boyd, mutual option. You know what that means? Free agent.
Yep.
Nico Horner, free agent.
They're trying to shop Nico Horner from what I saw here recently.
Yeah, he's a free agent next year. Phil Maton is there's only, in terms of contract guys that are not like arbitration eligible and all that stuff, they have two guys under contract past this year. It's Dansby Swanson and it's Phil Maton. Colin Ray, free agent. Hunter Harvey, free agent. Carson Kelly, free agent. Caleb Thielber, free agent. Hobby Milner, free agent. Jacob Webb, club option, most likely free agent. Tyler Austin, free agent. It's their entire roster. They have Justin Steele until 2028 via arbitration. Javier Assad's under contract until 2029, again on a rookie deal via arbitration. And then they have 6 players that are not yet eligible for arbitration. And 4 of them will be arbitration eligible in 2027. Cade Horton and Matt Shaw will be arbitration eligible until 2028. I mean, they could have a drastically different roster next season.
Yeah, they could. And from what the reports are, at least as far as earlier today, that the Cubs are nearing a trade agreement for Edward Cabrera of the Miami Marlins. Now, we don't know any of the details of this trade yet, but we do know that the Marlins have been eyeing Owen Cassie for a while now. So you would have to think that if it would stand to reason that if this trade is in fact good and is in fact going to happen, you'd have to assume that Owen Cassie is going to be a part of this in some way, shape, or form.
It'd be Owen Casey. The only reason I know that, former Padres farmhand.
Oh, there you go.
The Cubs are interesting because they kind of, I mean, when you first read that, I was like, I don't know about the Cubs going to get position players. They have all these guys, but they don't have all these guys. They could probably use some of these guys for the future on a longer term deal. Is it very interesting though that all of their players become free agents into a collective bargaining year? Is that interesting? Do you think the Cubs planned that?
No, because a lot of those guys, like Ian Happ been there
for a long time.
Yeah,
now.
Ian Happ's been
He
there
had
for
a
a while.
3-year
Nico
deal.
Horner came up with him.
Suzuki had a 5-year deal. Tyan had a 4-year deal.
Suzuki came over after being posted. He went straight to Chicago. So, I mean,
Horner,
this is just
3-year deal.
Yeah, this is just naturally, I think it just naturally happened this way. I don't think that's a grand scheme plan.
I mean, everybody's a free agent but 2 guys on the Cubs next year. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
We'll get you updated on that if that deal has become official or not.
Yeah, it's still reported. If you look on MLB.com, which is what I'm on right now, it still says Cubs near trade for Marlins flamethrower Cabrera.
When we come back, some bold predictions as put out by ESPN for the 2026 MLB season, certain trades, predictions in terms of like what certain teams are going to do, blockbuster moves. We're going to buy and sell some of these when we come back on a early preview of the 2026 season for Major League Baseball as we continue our baseball hour on the Braden Surprenant Show, San Diego State Sports Station 97 through the Fan.
All right. How do we want to do this? All right, production meeting on air, which we love to do here on the Braden Surprenant Show.
I do want to mention that all guests on 97th The Fan join us on the David P. Shapiro Fan Hotline. David P. Shapiro, criminal defense attorneys, helping good people regain control of their future when charged with a crime since 2010. Visit davidpshapirolaw.com. And remember to listen at 1 o'clock for us to announce today's biggest fan for a chance to qualify for a night in our Odyssey suite at a future Padres game with all of the fan staff. Register your name at 97ththefansd.com/biggest fan in order to potentially have your name called. Are you ready for the sports thread?
I am ready for the sports thread.
Let's get to the sports thread because I want to spend some more time on the bold prediction for 2026 for Major League Baseball. We're going to do that at noon. We'll talk a little bit more NFL later on in the show. We got that Boise State complaint about San Diego State and B.J. Davis. That situation. B.J. Davis fouled out of the game and still played on Saturday. There's video evidence about it. It was a clerical error by the scorers table, and Boise State has filed a grievance with Mountain West about that game in particular. And of course, B.J. Davis made the big shot to set it to triple overtime. We'll talk about that in the 1 o'clock hour. But let's get to today's sports thread.
You know that group chat? The one that's always blowing up with the biggest sports takes, debates, and breaking news?
You got barbecue back there, and you didn't invite me?
Yeah, we've got that too. Welcome to the Sports Thread, where we break down the top 5 stories in sports, just like you would with your crew.
Oh, no! Disaster! What a bad idea!
No filters, no silence, just real talk. Brought to you by QC Kinetics. Stop sitting on the sidelines. QC Kinetics gets you back in the game without surgery. To learn how, visit QCkinetics.com.
All right, Frank, what do we got going on in the sports world that's not San Diego related?
Well, we had a big change.
Number 1.
We are going to try to be a little bit more NASCAR focused this year, especially with having a NASCAR race. Now, we're not going to designate hours of the show to it.
But have some commercial content.
Yeah, there are some things that you should be aware of, especially with NASCAR coming to San Diego this year. NASCAR Commissioner Steve Phelps has announced that he will step down at the end of the month following a more than 20-year run with NASCAR amid fallout from the federal antitrust trial that exposed inflammatory private messages that he sent during tense revenue-sharing negotiations. The controversy centered on texts criticizing team owner Richard Childress, prompting public backlash and a demand for Phelps' removal from a major NASCAR sponsor. Despite the circumstances, NASCAR leadership praised Phelps for modernizing the sport, expanding its global reach, securing media and charter agreements, and guiding NASCAR through major moments such as the COVID-19 pandemic, return to racing. His duties will be absorbed internally with no immediate replacement being named. How should sports leagues balance accountability for leaders' private conduct with recognition of their long-term impact and accomplishments?
What did you say? About the question? The question. I'm trying to process the question.
How should sports leagues balance accountability for leaders' private conduct with the recognition of their long-term impact and accomplishments?
Well, it's a kind of a loaded question. I mean, obviously, there's a lot of situations in these particular meetings that you turn a blind eye to a lot of personal things when it's the betterment of the shield, right? Everything's about protecting the shield. So I think NASCAR is probably the same thing. But there's only so much you could do. I just feel like most leagues are in a position where they will tolerate it as long as the shield is being protected. And as soon as it gets to a point where it no longer benefits the shield, then all of a sudden the person's gone.
Let me tell you what he said. Now, all of this was revealed during discovery of the antitrust lawsuit that NASCAR just actually settled. So they were going to lose and they settled. Said of SRX, which was an independent little racing league that some of the NASCAR drivers participated in, basically tried to conspire to get that shut down. And COVID effectively did that for them.
Correct.
COVID shut it down. They then Went on to say about Richard Childress, who is the owner of Dale Earnhardt's car, has been in NASCAR since the 60s. He's been in NASCAR forever.
Mm-hmm.
In private correspondence, called Richard Childress a, quote, stupid redneck who should be taken out back and flogged because he owes all of his wealth to NASCAR.
So the commissioner said that.
Yeah, that is what Steve Phelps said about of one of their longest tenured car owners.
And so now he's leaving as the commissioner. How do you evaluate what he's done good for the NASCAR with what he has said that has been bad? I mean, as I said before, as long as the good outweighs the bad, that's what they're going to tribute on. Everybody has bodies buried somewhere.
Yeah.
With certain things. Not everybody's, that great in the limelight, especially when you get to that level. So for NASCAR, they're probably going to talk about how great he was. For a lot of people that knew him personally or knew him behind the scenes with comments like that are probably going to say good riddance. And that's kind of how it's going to lay out for NASCAR. Is NASCAR in a better place now than it was before he took over, Frank?
A lot of fans will immediately say yes. And it's not just about, it's how do you modernize a left turn, Augie? It's not that. It's the playoff system, which everybody hates. It's how NASCAR is covered, how the broadcasts work, getting Amazon on board with this. That's all Steve Phelps. Getting NASCAR here, that's Steve Phelps. It's not just modernizing a left turn, as you would say.
Number 2.
A former Anaheim Ducks and NHL employee, Rose Harris, has filed a lawsuit alleging that she endured sexual harassment, bullying, and discrimination from 2022 to 2025 while working for OC Sports and Entertainment and later the NHL. Harris claims coworkers subjected her to unwanted contact, vulgar and homophobic comments, and false rumors about relationships, and that HR failed to stop the behavior despite acknowledging policy violations. After resigning from OCSC, Harris said the Ducks conspired to get her fired from an NHL IT job by falsely accusing her of hacking an executive's email, and that both organizations have since blacklisted her from the sports industry. I thought this was only stuff that happened in Phoenix, honestly, because we've heard so much stuff.
Well, those organizations
about
are
the Suns.
awful. It happens probably in a lot of different places.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
It's not great. Can we?
Yes, of course. We're moving on.
Can we please be better?
Number 3.
Be better as organizations.
The NBA will continue to return to China next preseason with the Dallas Mavericks and Houston Rockets scheduled to play 2 exhibition games on October 9th and October 11th in Macau. The games will take place at the Venetian Arena, owned by the Sands Corp, whose president also served as the Mavericks governor, making Dallas a natural participant. Houston was another logical choice, given the franchise's deep popularity in China, largely due to Hall of Famer Yao Ming's historic career with the team. The trip reflects on the NBA's renewed relationship with China following a multi-year fallout sparked by a 2019 tweet from former Rockets executive Daryl Morey supporting Hong Kong protesters. After the games were pulled from Chinese television for years, ties have gradually been repaired through player visits and renewed engagements, signaling the league's established presence in the Chinese market. How important is China to the NBA's long-term global strategy, and what risks does the league face when rebuilding relationships in a politically sensitive market?
Well, from the United States perspective, there's going to be a lot of people that have opinions on China. There's going to be a lot of people that have negative opinions on China, just as much as there are probably some people that have positive opinions about China. So they're going to be walking a very fine line because China has proven that they love the NBA and they love basketball. It's a different market that the NBA has to pursue, just like Major League Baseball is noticing the engagement from Japan and all the money they're making in Japan. I mean, as a professional sports entity, you want to try to find as much consumers as possible. It's like any business, right? and you have different markets around the world that are interested in your product, you want to try to cater to those markets and try to grow your product, because the more people that enjoy your product, the more money you can make. So the NBA is going to see it from that perspective. Now, at the same time, there might be some pushback from some people that have negative things politically to say about China, but that's the same case with any type of market that might have some type of controversy compared to the United States, compared to other entities, and what have you. I'm sure the same thing can be said about different sports in other countries that have political issues as well. And not to make it political, but from a business perspective, the NBA is going by what Michael Jordan used to go by. Republicans buy sneakers too, which is the same case that we said about any type of situation with politics and sports. It becomes very, murky waters when it comes to these conversations. But the NBA sees a market in China. They know it's a lot of money. They know it's very lucrative to have their sport active in China, and they're going to do whatever it takes to try to appeal to the Chinese market when it comes to viewership, games, all that stuff, because they know it's an untapped market for their business.
Yeah, and especially, with two teams like Dallas and Houston who have ties to China, it's an obvious fit, as the article pointed out. It's an obvious fit for those two teams specifically to be going over there.
Number 4.
I just saw this one pop up. I'm reading this directly from David Hale on ESPN. Miami is on the brink of a berth in the College Football National Championship, but the Hurricanes also have more than half a dozen players in the transfer portal. That is a recipe for gamesmanship, said Coach Mario Cristobal. Words. When asked earlier today if he thought opponents would attempt to contact former players for inside information during the playoff and portal overlap, Cristobal said, quote, "It happens all the time." But he's not pointing the finger at any players who have left the program. Cristobal said, quote, "If you don't think it happens, we're kidding ourselves. But I blame the adults. We created the system, right? We're supposed to be setting an example. We're supposed to be setting the standards. When you create a system that has as many holes in it as this does, shame on you if you're surprised by some of the results that come with it." I think we can all agree with that one. We just brought it up before. All the safeguards that you don't see that make free agency and all these other sports work, when you don't have those lined up like they're not in college football right now, or college athletics period, this is what happens.
Yeah, there's a lot of problems with college athletics, and there's no rules. But at the same time, like I saw somebody, put out, I think he writes for University of Washington, so obviously he's a little emotional right now with the quarterback situation, which, by the way, we had an update to that. Washington is not allowing Williams to enter the portal. They have control over that. And they go well, we have a contract, so we're not letting you in the portal. So we'll see how that goes. I'm sure there's going to be multiple lawsuits on that front. But a lot of it comes from the youth. And it comes from the youth level. And parents moving kids to all these different high schools. And parents, doing all these different things with travel ball and AAU basketball and, travel softball and all of those. Club volleyball. Jumping from team to team, all these other things. I got to play on this team. The kids learn from the adults, and they did it at a young age. It should be a surprise to nobody that it's gotten to the college level. Absolutely surprised to nobody that it's gotten to the college level. Noon hour. When we come back, bold predictions for the baseball season for 2026. We'll buy or sell them on the Braden Surprenant Show.
I'm going yard. Juan's pitching, I'm going yard.
But this is the only one that swings it is Ethan.
Hit the pitcher as hard as I can with the ball. He's gonna swear one, dude. Send a message. It's
base hit. Keep it classy. Base hit. 5-5 hole.
I told him he was gonna.
I'm gonna try not to hurt my hamstring even more than it already is. So if I get the ball past one, it's gonna be it's a good thing.
Step back, swinging first pitch. No matter the pitch, swinging. It's going over the fence.
Oh, did he? No.
Oh, first at bat. I'm going to go 5-5 hole, single, hard line drive, hard 90.
Are you kidding me? He doesn't. Heads up. Oh, Lord. Since Juan's pitching, if he's pitching, I'm mid first pitch. Mid. Then maybe my next at bat, I might go yard off him. But. Oh, just missed it, Joel. Just missed it.
First at bat, realistically, I'm probably going to put one through the 3-4 hole.
Last week.
First hit? Nicky, 3.
Stick City is absolutely a place.
Run that stupid game, brother.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You want a shirt? That's so lame. That what? Swing like this, where's it gonna go? Left or right? Yeah, I'd rather do that than hit it in the pie.
Hit a ball like that a day in my life, so
yeah, well, you know, because it's a different sport, that's why. Here, make sure you do the pull-up.
Why don't we swing like that to hit line drives?
Huh? Just hitting, spraying it. I mean, have you seen Luis Ariz swing a stick?
Yeah, he don't swing like that.
He might do that.
He does that as practice swing.
10 teams want to sign him. Nice piece. Nice ball, nice ball. That's a run, tied it up. Where's my cutoff guy? That's all I gotta say. Hey, let's go. Like this.
Emerge from behind the trash.
San Diego, it's time to fire it up. From the beaches to the ballparks, from the Gaslamp to North County, no one knows America's finest city like he does.
You can't just punt on a Manny Machado prime use.
He's a fourth-generation San Diegan, born and raised in the heart of this community. Passionate, opinionated, and always bringing you the real talk on your teams, your city, and everything in between.
Braden totally knows his stuff. He's ready for the next step. That guy is good.
Live and local, it's the Braden Surprenant Show.
But I think Braden's one of the up-and-coming young stars in the media game in San Diego.
Now, here's your host, Braden Surprenant.
Broadcasting live from the Bill House Studios, we know how. I'm Braden Surprenant. He's Frank Marchese. We are the Braden Surprenant Show, live and local each every day from 10 to 2 on San Diego State Sports Station 97.3, The Fan. We're going to dive into the 2026 MLB baseball season. Some bold predictions that ESPN put out there. We are going to buy and sell certain predictions, some that might involve the Padres, some that might not. We're going to do that in just a little bit. But we do have another update on this Damon Williams situation. He is the quarterback at Washington that signed a contract with Washington and then has tried to enter the portal after signing said contract with Washington to potentially be the new starting quarterback at LSU. He's going to sign for $6.5 million at LSU. He's only getting $4 million at Washington. He did this whole thing last night. We talked about in the open today about the craziness that is college athletics that continues to be crazy, and how he did this last night on social media. Everybody found out. Well, they're all at a funeral for a Washington soccer player, and it was just like the craziest story. And while he was committing to Louisiana State, allegedly, LSU, Sam Levitt, not our Sam Levitt, but the quarterback for Arizona State who entered the transfer portal, was going to go to Kentucky and then decided not to go, and he's been all over the country looking for a new home. He was sitting courtside with Lane Kiffin at LSU, getting wined and dined to potentially sign there as well when this news came down. Now, here's the update that we got this morning from Pete Thamel. Pete Thamel, who covers college athletics. He's the college football senior writer for ESPN. He's an insider for College Game Day. He put this out around 11 o'clock. 2 key items in the Damon Williams signed Washington contract as he attempts to enter the transfer portal. Washington continues to pursue legal options to enforce the contract, per ESPN sources. And this is where this is going to get muddy, too, Frank, is they're going to demand that he has to stay there. How is that going to work out when this is all done? Mm-hmm. Number one, the buyout in the contract reads, the cost of the buyout is the sole discretion of Washington. How about that? So there's no number of the buyout. Washington can come up with whatever buyout they want. That was part of the contract that the kid signed. So if he wants out and LSU wants to buy him out of his contract on top of the fact that they have to give him $6.5 million, Washington could say $100 million. They could say something egregious.
Hey, kids, learn to read.
Or here's an idea.
Hire a lawyer.
Hire an agent that's actually a certified agent instead of people DMing you and trying to rip off 20% of your earnings. All these fake agents out there in college athletics. Number 2, according to ESPN sources reported by Pete Thamel, the contract specifically states that, quote, the institution is not obligated to enter the student athlete into the transfer portal or otherwise assist or facilitate the student athlete's transfer to another college or university. Amazing. I love this. This is great. So he says he's going to the portal. Washington's like, no, you're not. We're not going to help you go into the portal. We're not going to enter your name in the portal. I mean, you got to go through the compliance office, and if they have they're contractually, if part of the deal is they don't have to help him get into the portal, I don't know he's going to get out of that. They're going to have multiple lawsuits against each other. This is now a burned bridge in terms of relationship. And so the kid, for an additional $2 million before taxes, is basically just throwing this all away after he signed the deal. Here's an idea. Why don't you just not sign the deal until you're for sure know what all your options are? I remember taking business law. I mean, these are some serious breach of contract situations. Serious. This is a major breach of contract. The kid signed a contract for $4 million, whatever it was, to play at Washington. And now he enters the portal a couple of days after signing said contract. And these are the consequences of certain actions. And I can't wait for the courts to deal with this. But let's talk about number 1, Frank. The buyout in the contract reads, the cost of the buyout is in the sole discretion of Washington.
That kid's never leaving Washington.
He just won't play, and then he's not going to be able to go anywhere else. Washington will say he's ineligible.
Yeah, this is what happens when you think you're smarter than everyone else. You think you're invincible, and you just go for the bag without thinking. You have to think about what could possibly go wrong here. And not in a, oh, what could possibly go wrong? I'm doing everything right. No, it's a what could possibly screw up if I make this decision? What can go wrong?
I can't wait to hear what they said as a buyout. I'm sure there's some like legalities in there, like they can't set it at $1 billion or something like that. I'm sure lawyers can fight. I'm sure judges.
Yeah,
will
I'm sure it
rule
has to be something reasonable. Yeah.
In the court of law, but the buyout in the contract reads the cost of the buyout is in the sole discretion of Washington. That's number one. Now, number two, Frank, the contract specifically states the institution is not obligated to enter the student athlete into the transfer portal or otherwise assist or facilitate student athletes transfer to another college or university.
Nor should they.
Nor should they is right. This is a contract. But I'm going to say this.
I mean, you could go farther with that and just say, forget about the NIL contract. The scholarship is a contract.
Yeah, those are all one-year deals. They've always been one-year deals. But if you look at that second part, they're not obligated to enter the student-athlete into the transfer portal, otherwise assist or facilitate student-athletes transfer to another college or university. Let's break this one down. If the courts rule... Now, here's the other thing with the NCAA. They have been getting their ass handed to them in the courts.
Mm-hmm.
Even though they've probably been in the right for a competition in college sports, the judges have obviously been...
They've lost in the court of public opinion.
Yeah, and so they're not going to win a single thing. If Williams wins any type of litigation here, then all of these contracts you can just set on fire.
Yep.
They're like waivers.
Mm-hmm.
They're non-binding in court. And if these... Because here's the deal with the contracts. And you can go back and let's... You want an example of a contract? Ross Dellinger put out an example of a contract that was offered by LSU to Brendan Sorsby. Brendan Sorsby is the new quarterback at Texas Tech. He was the quarterback at Cincinnati. And Ross Dellinger actually has it as a pinned tweet. LSU proposed to quarterback Brendan Sorsby a $3.5 million NIL guarantee through its MMR partner. In a fascinating window into quarterback bidding wars, schools are using corporate sponsors to exceed the cap with lucrative promises that haven't yet passed the clearinghouse. That's a different can of worms. But here's what it says. This is the important part that I think is interesting on these contracts that they hand out. And this is probably relatively close to what Washington gave Williams. And again, the Big Ten, I don't know if you got this information or you heard about this. The Big Ten helps facilitate all of their schools with contracts. So Washington got the contract written for them by the Big Ten Conference, which means the Big Ten teams are probably all writing the same contracts. I would imagine it's probably on par with what the SEC is doing.
Mm-hmm.
There's no guarantee. I'm assuming.
Yeah, I don't
know, but I would imagine it's probably similar. Now, this is the beginning of the service agreement between what was offered to Brendan Sorsby, who is now signed with Texas Tech to play quarterback for $3.5 million LSU. This service agreement, and has agreement in quotes, is made as of January 1st, 2026 between Brendan Sorsby, student athlete. That's what it says in there. It says in quotation, student athlete, an individual residing at student athlete address, and Playfly Sports Properties, LLC, a Delaware limited liability company, PSP, with an office located at 1333 Broadway, 4th floor, New York, yada, yada, yada. Acting on behalf of NILSU Max, sponsor. Student athlete and PSP may each be referred to herein as a party and collectively as the parties. Whereas PSP, the company, has the right to grant event sponsorship rights and marketing opportunities in connection with Louisiana State University, including the right to grant a license for the use of university trademarks, logos, yada, 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 yada. Like we have contracts with the Padres, right? We can use their logos and stuff for certain things. Whereas PSP and her sponsor desires to engage the student athlete to provide certain promotional marketing endorsements, yada, 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 yada. Whereas student athlete is a current member of the LSU football team whose name, image, and likeness instance is considered to be value generating. Now, therefore, in consideration for the mutual covenants that are contained in this agreement, the parties agree as follows, and they have the whole agreement terms. They talked about agreement. They talked about student athlete. They talked about, everybody involved. And it says that they're not employees of the school. So here's the thing that I bring up with the Williams situation. He's not an employee of the school, which means how, with these contracts, can you win a court case saying that he is not allowed to work somewhere else, not allowed to participate somewhere else, not allowed to leave certain participation? He's not a legal binding employee of the university. That's going to open up another can of worms on all of these contracts because they're still listed as student athletes.
You could probably use the term, and I know it's not in there. Well, I don't know if independent contractor would be into this because there has been a precedent set for that. It's the WWE. The WWE does not have any employees other than the ones that work in Stamford, Connecticut. All of the wrestlers are independent contractors who sign exclusivity contracts with the WWE. So the WWE tells them where to go, what to do, and how to do it. They don't, and because they are under, because they're under those contracts, they don't, WWE doesn't have to pay the wrestlers insurance. They don't have to pay
right, because they're
Medicare.
employees.
Yeah, because they're not technically employees. So maybe you could swing it kind of that way. If you're the school, you could also say, well, them as a student athlete, they have to sign a contract to become a student at the school, or when they get their scholarship, they're signing a contract to be at the school. So they are agreeing to be a part of, in this case, Washington University, the University of Washington. So maybe you can kind of swing it a couple different ways if you're the school in order to say we have control over him. He signed a contract with us, whether it be to play football or whether it be to accept his scholarship.
Here's what Ross Dellinger put out earlier today, too. Some more details on the contract that we have talked about and this craziness that is the NIL in college football. An updated thread of the Damon Williams situation in Washington with sources to Yahoo Sports. Ross Dellinger reports for Yahoo Sports, does cover a lot of college football, a lot of college athletics in general. Williams signed a one-year revenue-sharing agreement with Washington worth about $4 million. This is the rev share stuff. This is not NIL. Remember, you can do the rev share now up to $20 million with your athletes. So this is money that Washington's getting from TV contracts that they are now pushing out. This is not NIL. This is the rev share agreement. The agreement is a Big Ten template document used by all league members and built for situations like this. The agreement prohibits a player from entering the portal once signed. This is why Washington is refusing to enter his name into the portal. And 2, prohibits the player's NIL rights to be used by any other school, though the player can sign outside marketing agreements. Big Ten Commissioner Tony Petitti, coincidentally, is in Seattle. He was at that funeral, by the way, this week for a memorial service, is heavily involved in the matter, along with other Big Ten officials. The league is standing behind Washington's approach to the contract. Washington officials are expected to communicate later today with Williams' representatives. Remember, everybody's got their own team now.
Mm-hmm.
Not dealing with Williams. They're dealing with his representatives as a college kid. Regarding the situation, next steps. With Washington refusing to enter Williams' name into the portal, he is not permitted to hold conversations with other programs. Whatever that means. Washington officials...
And like it matters.
Yeah, like it matters. Washington officials suspect that Williams has already had conversations with other programs, and the school plans to submit any tampering evidence to the league and the NCAA. I don't know how the Big Ten can enforce anything with the SEC.
I don't know how anyone can enforce anything on tampering.
The NCAA can't enforce anything. LSU is believed to be the school most interested in Williams. That's the report from Ross Dellinger. Here's the other thing, though.
What was the school? Sorry.
LSU.
Okay.
Is believed to be the school most interested in Williams, like we've talked about. Here's the other thing. We've already seen this happen once. Remember Xavier Lucas? Do you remember what Xavier Lucas did? He just disenrolled from the school.
Oh, yes.
And then enrolled wherever he wanted to go.
That was just before the break.
He did that without entering the portal. So if you're Williams, it says in the contract. Now, I don't know the full contract. We don't know the full details. But if the contract says you can't enter the portal, but you can disenroll from the school, he's just going to disenroll from the school.
Yeah, and that precedent's already been set.
And he's going to re-enroll at LSU or wherever he may go, and it doesn't even have to enter the transfer portal. And he'd probably be eligible to play. He'd probably win that particular deal. I don't know if he'd be able to get his NIL rights back. I'm sure it's a lot easier to fight for those rights back. I'm sure LSU could probably write a check to Washington. But again, if none of these contracts hold up in the court of law, then why are they're useless from the get-go?
Yeah, you're just killing trees for no reason.
It's just a worthless piece of paper, like most waivers are. I mean, this is almost like a waiver than anything else. And this is the chaos of college football because they didn't put any rules in. There's no rules. And so everything that they try to do to adapt keeps getting shut down in court. And until Congress gets involved, and they have their own problems, by the way. You can't get people in Congress to agree whether or not the sun rises in the east or sets in the west based on their own political parties, and you want them to fix college athletics? This is so far down on their priority list that there's no way. But the deal with the lawsuits is I don't think they can win a case in which the kid has to play for them because he's not an employee. I don't think they can win a case where he is not allowed to play anywhere else. The only thing that I think Washington can get back in a lawsuit is damages on the money. And maybe he has to pay some money back, or there has to be a buyout or negotiation between whatever school picks him up and the University of Washington. And now at this point, with the way that these conversations have been going, and maybe they could talk him off the ledge and can come back, but I don't see any situation in which Damon Williams is back playing at Washington unless there's some serious bridge mending happening.
Yeah, and even then, there's a chance that he will be on the Washington sideline, not suited up, not playing. That's a very real possibility. And again, this is...
Wasn't Nico Iamaleava, whatever his name is,
Yeah,
wasn't he
Iamaleava,
wasn't he under contract when he held out for more money?
Yeah, and then went to UCLA and completely stunk.
And he's like, I'm out of here.
And ended up taking less money than what he would have gotten if he stayed. But I feel partly responsible for all this because, again, I'm one of the guys that was shouting for a video game. So
They use
I'm
the video
sorry.
game as an excuse, Frank. That's not
No, I know. So I mean, I'm sorry. I wanted to play college football again. I wanted to play college basketball again. But like it's just so ridiculous how out of hand that this has gotten. And again, this is, as I said before, the guardrails that you see, the guardrails that you never see that keep NFL and MLB free agency all set up and to where this stuff doesn't happen. There's also guardrails that they don't have that can't protect against certain things like this because, again, we're talking about students here. We're talking about students who are enrolling at school. You can't enroll into the NFL.
Right.
You're drafted into the NFL. You pretty much it's pretty much decided for you when you're going to leave. It's not that way with school, and it's not that way with college athletes. So there were always going to be some things that you were going to have to growing pains your way through. But a lot of what we're seeing right now is stuff that other sports have already figured out that as many people are trying to take advantage they're trying to take advantage of before those common sense rules are put into place.
This is why they have rules for agents on how much they can make. This is why they have rules for contract negotiations. This is why they have draft rules. This is why they have free agent rules. This is why they have rules in professional sports that people go, oh, why do they have this rule? Why do they have the Rule 5 draft? It's probably not good for Williams. And I'm going to tell you why in a second because we got to go to break. Did you see what the head coach of Washington, Jed Fish's wife, commented on a public account?
Oh,
we'll
can't
tell
wait
you why
for
the
this.
bridge has been burned when we come back on the Braden Surprenant Show, San Diego State Sports Station 97 through the Fan. All guests on 97 to the Fan join us on the David P. Shapiro Fan Hotline. David P. Shapiro, criminal defense attorneys, helping good people regain control of their future when charged with the crime since 2010. Visit davidpshapirolaw.com. All right. We're going to get to a quick little hitter here from Jed Fish's wife on a comment.
I can't wait for this.
You haven't seen it?
No, I haven't seen it. You didn't tell me during the break, so
it's good. It's not that. I mean, I don't want to overhype it, but the bridge has definitely been burned because the entire situation around Damon Williams Jr. and entering the portal and the contract and all that fun stuff, we talked about it earlier on the show. I don't want to repeat it again and again and again, but it's just crazy stuff. But it is just it's crazy what college athletics has turned into. And I've said, how many times have I said that in the last 4 years? Probably thousands upon thousands upon thousands of times.
You said that in the last 4 weeks.
In the last 3 days? How many times have I said it in 2026? Probably 500.
It really is. It's the greatest soap opera that television didn't produce.
I'm telling you, this is the sports fans equivalent of any Bravo show. Like I mentioned in the opening segment today. It's just nonstop drama. They couldn't even. This is reality TV. You can't even come up with this. This is the Real Housewives of College Football is about to be this in a second. So Jed Fish is the head coach at Washington. The funny part about this is Jed did the exact same thing when he left Arizona to go to Washington. He started tampering with a lot of players at the University of Arizona. In fact, and I think I saved this tweet before I get to what his wife said.
It's called personal growth, dude. He's learned. He's changed his ways.
Yeah, I didn't save it. I forget the player, but there was, Jed Fish called a player at Arizona who answered on speakerphone in the Arizona coach's office with the current Arizona coaching staff after Jed Fish left.
Oof.
While he was under contract. So it's not like he hadn't done it. So he can't be that upset about it. You got to be upset about the college football thing in general. But come on, Jed. Jed's kind of like, just the way he talks is very used car salesman-y. So I just take it for what it's worth. But so Jed Fish is the head coach at the University of Washington. His wife, Amber, commented on a Barstool Sports Instagram video talking about the Williams situation.
Oh, good start. Good start.
She's got the verification badge, all that stuff.
Good start.
This is there's no way Williams ever comes back to Washington. The bridge has been burnt by both parties. His wife, Jed Fish's wife, says, announces during a funeral of an athlete at University of Washington how disgusting, while all of his other teammates were at the funeral.
That is.
She's not wrong.
No, she's not
at all. She didn't say
anything
out of the ordinary, but I don't know how you can bring back somebody that, as the head coach, your wife has called disgusting behavior.
And if you're Damon Williams, you can't say, "Oh, I didn't know about the funeral." You can't use that as a defense.
His PR team let him down. His agent turned him down. I mean, whatever. It's definitely amateur hour for the Williams party, who's apparently talking with Washington today about the aftermath of everything that happened last night.
To any of the high school kids that are thinking about getting into college athletics and are thinking that they can make millions in NIL, just remember, your friends are the dumbest people you know. Seek professional guidance.
Yeah, don't give your friends any money either, or relatively anybody in your family. Keep it for yourself. Put that in an account. Let it grow.
Your friends are the stupidest people you know.
But as much as we want to say it's a college football problem and it's a college problem, here's what Cam Cleland had to say. This is very interesting. I like this. He's an 8-year NFL tight end, Cam Cleland. He played for the Patriots. He played for the Saints. He played for the Rams. He played at Washington from 1993 to 1997. He's the color analyst for the University of Washington for Learfield Sports. He's the color analyst for the radio. He had a long tweet, and I'm going to read some of it. I think it's great. But he talked about this is his opinion. College sports isn't where the epidemic started. Did you? And he starts asking parents questions. Did you sign your 6-year-old up for travel sports? 4 different teams in the last year or 2? Did you quit Little League and your school's rec team to travel to Texas and Florida at age 9? Is every weekend at the Travel Lodge with your kid's numbered sweatshirt on at 8 a.m. blaring some pre-made walk-up song montage? Did you move your kid to a new school that you don't even live in multiple times in their high school career, chasing the "it's so much better there" mindset because the friends' parents talked you into your excuses, and your excuses was just want to be part of winners? Did you have a meeting to get the volunteer parent coach fired or the school's admin coach fired because he/she didn't play your kid? Did you pay a personal trainer thousands of dollars all to watch your kid get burnt out and tell you this sucks and I just want to play video games? Do you run your kids' social media, YouTube, NIL potential so that you can market the next big star? Folks, we're all guilty of wanting something better, but stop acting and blaming college sports. That ain't the problem here. This happens way before they get to college. How much money does it take to buy you or your family? Did you fall for the old better join the select, elite, top, premier team sales pitch, only to figure out you just ended up funding the scholarships for the A team? Adults, kids learn from adults. They are taught and influenced by adults. He goes on to say a little bit other things, but that was the most spot-on tweet that I have seen on this entire situation. And I see it at the youth level, and I see it at the high school level. Jocelyn brings up a good point. Did you reclass your child for sports? There's a Pop Warner team in town that I know that the entire older team, the highest level, the entire team reclassed together to do 8th grade again so they can go into high school all together and be a year older than everybody else. And it's all about chasing the dollar when they're done with high school. You think it's crazy in college? Go look at the high school level. You think it's crazy in high school? Go look at the youth level. This starts at the youth. This starts with the adults. As much as you want to blame these kids for all these decisions they make, and they make poor decisions, there's a reason why. And it's funny. The gentleman that put this out, again, I'll mention it again. He put it on Twitter, Cam Cleland. He goes on to talk about the great Coach Baird always called us kids because that's what we are. Immature, impersonable kids. Loyalty, commitment, integrity, and honesty is taught at the foundation. Start there, and we fix the issue. Obviously, he's a Washington grad and all that stuff. But I'm telling you, I agree with everything that he had to say. It's not every parent at the lower levels. It's not every youth situation, not every travel ball team, but there's a lot of that in there, and you wonder why this generation of athlete that's at the college level now is acting the way that they're acting because they did it when they were 6 years old all the way through high school sports, Frank.
I'd like to post a retraction to all of the potential college athletes out there. Your friends are not the stupidest people you know. Your parents are the stupidest people you know. Your friends are second. Please seek professional guidance.
Yes.
Just professional guidance. They're called professionals for a reason.
And I want to make this clear. This is not everybody. This is not every parent out there. There's a lot of great parents. There's a lot of great kids out there that do things the traditional way. But let's not pretend like this was just created overnight at the college level. I think we're foolish to think that. And if you really want to fix the problem, as much as we have complained about college athletics and the powers that be and all that other stuff, it honestly starts at the youth level. And we have made youth sports professional in a sense.
And even sitting here, like thinking back and remembering and remembering some of, like when I was playing in Little League, the kids who you always thought were jerks and the parents that thought other parents were jerks. That was the beginning of it. That was the start of it. You were seeing it. And if you didn't hang out with those kids, and if your parents didn't hang out with those parents, congratulations, you have great parents. But if you were one of those kids or were one of those parents, that's where it started. And even at my age, I mean, I played baseball. I played Little League baseball in the late 90s, early 2000s. It was evident then. Looking back on it now with that kind of tint on it, I just thought they were jerks. No, They weren't. They were doing this. They were prepping for this.
And that's the thing. And we talked about how long ago was it that we talked about the statistics of the percentage of parents that think their kid is going to go to college, go to play in a D1 university,
Yep. Mm-hmm.
and the percentage that think that their kid was going to go pro in the sport, and what the actual percentages were. It was ridiculous at that level. And the reality is Nate put in the chat, I mean, it gets to a point where a lot of these kids get burnt out. And a lot of these kids don't like playing the sport anymore because it's no longer fun.
Yeah.
It's all about work and being a pro. And that also impacts the love of the game in the future.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Major League Baseball, to tie everything into the baseball world and MLB, Major League Baseball always has a problem with like getting getting young people to watch baseball. A lot of them get burnt out trying to make it to the pros. Let the kids be kids. Let them play sports that they love. I mean, I see that at the high school level all the time. You got parents shopping kids at high schools. I've seen it.
It's disgusting.
Firsthand. Well, like, what are you offering? What do you mean, what are you offering? If your kid wants to come to this school, he could enroll at this school. He can play. What do you mean, what are you offering?
We're offering square pizza on Friday and Scantrons for 25 cents. Like, what do you mean? What are we offering?
Right. It's gotten out of hand. You want to fix college athletics, we got to fix the sports. I mean, Woods has a meeting tonight to be a little league coach. He's about to dive into this because his older son is starting to go through. I mean, I see it at the high school level, and in the morning show, like Paul doesn't have any kids. Woods is about to get through it. Ben, his kids have already, I think graduated high school. Chris doesn't have kids. Tony has to go through this right now with his daughter's playing soccer. It's crazy. Yeah, I'd be curious to see, like, as this progresses, how things get either better or worse. But I've coached high school football for 9 years now. We had the banquet last night, and it's already like, oh, these kids just showed up at the semester to see if they wanted to transferring. And this kid, this parent is pissed off at this coach, and this parent's pissed off at this school because of this and that. And it's just, it's way different this year than, this last year is way different than the first year I started coaching about just where everything's at with the youth sports. We took a long time on this. When we come back, we got to get a contestant for the Midday Sports Standoff, 833-288-0973, 833-288-0973. We'll keep you updated. Adam Klug's putting out some funny GIFs on social media about his ghost chili thing. Adam Klug tweeted out, this scene feels pretty relevant right now. Simpsons Homer eats chili. Might have to watch that during the break. Braden Surprenant Show, San Diego State Sports Station 97 to the Fan.
Go. Right at him. Down though. It's a good ball though. One foul. What do we say? Pyatt. Down. Good ball. Attaboy, Mike. Nice hit. Hey. Attaboy, good swing. Damn it. God damn it, Sam. Too early, too early. Good piece, though. Good piece. Good ball. He didn't want that. That's good. Better pick me up. Oh, just close. We got two. Line. Out. Hey, we got one. That ball sounds soft. Hey, say hi. If he goes up, say it. Hey. You gotta tell him hi. If you see him go up, say up so I can burn. It's terrible. Hey, you see him throw it up like that, you just gotta go back. I gotta hear it. Hey, Peter, don't forget to tip it. A little bit. Tip. Hey, you got two. All right. right, leadoff guy hits the ball far. Third guy doesn't really know what he's doing. Good. He's not going to catch it. Nice. Good piece. Damn it. Fuck.
Come on. I need that. That's so.
Nice ball.
A
Good,
boy.
Mike. Let's a run.
Not a boy.
Right, Adam. That's right. We got 2 runs.
Good swing.
Too shallow, Peter.
You got to take away their shot, though. So stay at the same distance. I'll move.
Thank Holy shit.
I was in.
How the hell did we get these guys game 1? I mean, like,
Yeah.
of all the shit that are out here, we get the one team that actually knows what they're doing. I mean, the guys in front of us couldn't hit water if they fell off a boat, and we got these guys that are hitting corners and lines.
Yep. Ooh. Oh, God. Nice.
Let's go. Yep.
Too much loft. All right, here we go. Got. It's a good ball, but down. Good. It's a knock.
I'll get the ball. I'll get the ball. I'll get the ball. I'll get the ball.
Go.
Come on, Sammy.
Go. I swear to God.
Down. Good. It's hard. Make him catch it.
Get foul.
Go foul. Good. That's fine. Hey, here we go. Good swing, though. $12:45 on a, what's today, Wednesday? Today's Wednesday? Never know what day it is. The new year. You know what's great about this? You ever want to go when you went back to school and you had to like write like a header on your papers?
Yes.
It's like name, date, all that stuff. I don't have to write that anymore, so I'm not messing up 2025, 2026. I'll probably say 2025 at least 3 times on some type of broadcast.
I'm surprised I haven't written it down on a podcast and haven't caught it yet.
It is Wednesday, my dudes.
It is.
It is. Hopefully you enjoyed that over the line video. I went and tweaked that one part that I missed. But other than that, it's ready
Good
to
job.
go. You know what?
I didn't even see it.
Nah, I heard
what you were
it.
talking about.
Somebody said it.
Nice.
There's a lot of bleeps on those videos, but it's playing OTL. That was a really good team. We played a team that was a second weekend team in the first deal, and at one point, you hear Sam go,
How did we draw this team first? That always happens at OTL, which is great. You said it the best. It's like it's kind of fun to look back and watch these that we haven't seen in a long time.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. As Nate Taylor said in the chat, Sam was dead weight that game. There's a part 2 to that video. I'm going to have to work on that in just a second. We have a little bit of time here. Let's get to our midday sports standoff.
Welcome to Midday Sports Standoff on the Braden Surprenant Show.
I can't believe what I'm seeing right now.
The ultimate head-to-head battle where sports knowledge and quick thinking collide.
No, he's no good. Are you kidding me?
Contestants will go toe-to-toe with Braden in a sports trivia deal where every correct answer brings them closer to victory.
Down the sideline! Wow! Unbelievable!
But 3 strikes and it's game over.
This is not Detroit, man. This is the Super Bowl.
Can you outsmart Braden? The Midday Sports Standoff starts now.
All right, Frank, who we got playing today? Before you say that, this contestant is playing for a chance to qualify to win our grand prize. 2 tickets to Sammy Hagar at Dolby Live at Park MGM, a 2-night stay at Park MGM Las Vegas, and a $100 gas card. Sammy Hagar returns to Las Vegas with his Best of All Worlds Las Vegas residency. Get ready to rock with your favorite hits from the Van Halen years, Sammy's solo hits, and more. Only in Las Vegas this March 11th to the 21st and September 8th to the 26th at Dolby Live at Park MGM. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. Who's playing today?
We have Terry in Mission Valley playing today. Terry, how you doing, bud?
Hey, pretty good.
All right,
Good
so
show.
thank you very much. So we're gonna go and we're gonna do the same old song and dance that we did yesterday. However, we're gonna do it for the NFC, and we're going to do, as Braden suggested, I should have done with points. So we're again, so 11 NFC teams have been to the playoffs multiple times since 2020. Who are they? That is the question. Now, like yesterday with the Bills, they've been 6 times. If you say the Bills, you get 6 points instead of just the 1. So, like I said, we're doing the same song and dance we did yesterday, but we're doing the point system. There are a total of 38 points up for grabs, which means you have to score better than 19 if you want to tie.
So we're doing the NFC today?
Yes, we're doing the NFC today. Terry, you have the first pick.
So how about the Bears?
The Bears is a 2-pointer.
E-L-G. Can't even spell it like she does Eagles.
E-L-G-L-E-S, Eagles!
That is a 5-pointer.
Bang! Surprenant for 5. Bang! What a great start.
Terry.
How about I got the San Francisco 49ers?
San Francisco is a 4-pointer. You're up to 6 points, Terry.
Is there any 6-pointers out there?
No, there are no. Oh, I can't say that.
5 was the most?
5 is the most.
All right, let's go with the LA Rams.
Los Angeles Rams. That is a 5-pointer. Braden, you're at 10.
Nice.
I got Seahawks next.
Seattle Seahawks is a 3-pointer. You're up to 9.
Since 2020, right?
Yes, since 2020.
Let's go with the Bucks.
Buccaneers are a 5-pointer.
Bang!
Up to 15. Terry, you need to get the last 5-pointer here. Otherwise, he can win on the next one.
Okay. I'm going to go with Packers.
That is the last 5-pointer. So you're up to 14 now.
What am I at?
You're at 15. It's 19 points to tie, 20 to win.
So we said Seahawks, Rams, Niners. We've said Bucks.
We have said the Eagles, Bears, Rams, Niners, Bucks, Seahawks, and the Packers.
Let's go with the Lions. They've made it a couple times.
Lions are a 2-pointer. It's 17.
I'll go with Drew Brees' old team, the Saints.
No, the New Orleans Saints have not made it multiple times. Still at 14. Braden, there is one answer out there that if you get it, it's over.
The Dallas Cowboys.
And that was the answer. Terry, that is
Bang.
3. Terry, unfortunately, that is 20 points. That puts him over half, which means you can no longer win. Dallas has made it 3 times. You want to take a stab at who the other 2 are?
There's 2 teams left. Vikings.
Yes, that was a 2-pointer.
There's got to be another team in the South.
You'd say that.
No?
Nope.
It's not in the South.
No, it's not in the South.
The G-Men?
Nope. As sad as that is to say.
Commanders.
Yes. Washington is the other 2-pointer. Actually, I could have been a real jerk.
Yes. Well,
and said
sometimes.
I could have been a real jerk and said that Washington actually counted as only 1 because they were the Washington football team the first time they went to the playoffs.
Okay.
But
here we go.
It's a 2.
Here we go. Did I get all the 5-pointers?
No.
Terry
he
got one.
he got the Packers.
I did see the tweet today. It just popped up that it might be snowing in Chicago. Perfect.
Told you.
Now we're getting closer to cinema. We're getting closer there. Not there yet. We're getting closer to cinema. What would potentially make that game cinema? I don't know. But we're getting closer. I think it would make it cinema as if Aaron Rodgers just ran out of the tunnel for the Packers. He decided to opt out of his he transferred mid semester.
By God, it's Aaron Rodgers.
By God, it's Aaron Rodgers' music.
Wait a minute. Is that the Super Bowl? That's Jim McMahon's music. Hold on, wait a second.
Yeah, Jim McMahon comes out with a bear. What's going on?
That's the Super Bowl shuffle.
Bob Nightingale tweeted this out 14 minutes ago. We're going to go back to baseball in the 1 o'clock hour. If Marlins starter Edward Cabrera's medical is clear and the Cubs trade is finalized, Cubs outfielder the prospect Owen Casey will be part of the package headed to Miami.
As we figured.
As we kind of assumed that would have been the case. It's a big trade for Miami again. Are they going to trade Sandy now too?
I mean,
he's the most expensive guy on the team.
It's interesting that the Cubs didn't go for Alcantara because they were really in on him at the deadline. They just didn't want to give up Casey for him.
I think the reason is Cabrera, right? Cabrera's under contract way longer, isn't he?
I think
Sandy's done at the end of the year. He's got a club option in 2027. Cabrera is cheaper and he's under contract till 2029. I'd probably rather have Cabrera.
Yeah, but if no, I agree. I would rather have Cabrera.
But what you're saying is why did you not give up Casey for Alcantara during the season?
Yeah,
you give up Casey for Cabrera during the offseason. I think it's just more years of control, and he's expected to make 3.7 in arbitration.
Mm-hmm.
I would rather pay Edward Cabrera $3.7 million at age 27 than pay Sandy Alcantara $17.3 million.
100%. I agree with that.
And Sandy's 11.2 towards the cap, or towards the luxury tax.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
There might be a cap coming one day, so you can't mistake the two. I think you got to call it the luxury tax. So anyway.
No, it's over.
Well, it's over.
Tomorrow is Ole Miss Miami, right?
That is correct.
The Phoenix Zoo's one-horned rhino, Cutie,
you're asking like a question like I would know what the one-nosed rhino name is in
Phoenix.
Has
predicted that Miami will lose to Ole Miss in the Fiesta Bowl. Good news for Miami fans is that Cutie is 1-3.
Cutie picks like Frank in the college football.
Wow. Wow.
Cutie participates. You know what, Frank? You pick better than a rhino. I'm glad that that's the case.
I would hope so.
MLB talk when we come back.
Uh-oh. Frank Natty Cases is catching on. Just with the people in the chat. Juan's on it.
Nate, Frank needs a flak jacket the rest of the show. That was the top. I'll give myself a foul on that. That's
Well,
fine.
no, it wasn't even that. It was Juan saying that he reminds me of a rhino. So, the guy who had the weight loss surgery.
Yeah,
gets a
that's
fat joke
come
thrown
on.
on him.
Foul on Juan.
I know Juan was kidding.
That's okay. We got to hand out fouls.
Okay.
He draws the foul.
He's not in consideration for win sock of the week. That's Darren Williams. He is win sock of the week as of right now. Maybe it's, I don't know. Who's more of a win sock, him or the fact that the rumor was he was committing to LSU while Lane Kiffin was whining and dining Sam Levitt at the LSU basketball game on the sitting courtside.
Oh, God.
That's other win sock material.
Thank you in chat, Rod, for reminding me.
Did you update the?
I did not. That's why
I told you to do that.
No, you didn't tell me to do it.
I did. I said, why don't you just do that now?
I didn't hear that then.
Okay.
So I apologize.
Sorry, I don't listen to you half the time anyway.
Exactly.
All right. Well, we're waiting for the update of the biggest fan name because it is time. What time is it, Frank?
It is time for said biggest fan
on today, which is what day?
It is a Wednesday.
No, what day is it?
Oh, it's Nate Colbert Day.
Anybody else day today?
No,
just Nate Colbert.
Yeah, no, I didn't look at today because we had already said it was Nate Colbert Day.
Right. In protest of MLB Network doing the Shohei Ohtani Day today, we have decided that every day from here on out will be a different Padre Day. Today will be Nate Colbert Day because he wore 17, according to Baseball Reference. So today's Nate Colbert Day. Tomorrow it's Four People's Day.
Yes, it is. It is Four People's Day.
Frank decided to pick some of the names. I mean, there's some names out there. Like there's a day that's got like 30-something names on there.
Yeah, like I tried to
keep throwing them in there if we wanted to.
Like I tried to pick guys who had a meaningful stint with the team or were there during a meaningful time.
See, I think it'd be hilarious if they didn't have a meaningful stint with the team.
Oh, there are some guys.
There's got to be like Padres legend Willie McCovey.
Oh, buddy, we are having. If you don't think we are having Reese Kinnear Day, you're out of your mind.
That's not what I'm talking about. Everybody knows Reese Kinnear's a Padre.
Eduardo Nunez,
I'm talking about
we're having
like,
his day.
I'm talking about like those veterans that came. Padres legend Robinson Cano. Robinson Cano Day. You know what? Honestly, February 4th's got a lot of great ball players. Number 24.
We will definitely be having a John Harbaugh Solarte Day.
Of course, we love John Harbaugh Solarte. I think he still lives in town, if I'm not mistaken. All right, let's get to today's biggest fan.
Gene Locklear Day coming to you.
Nice. Congratulations to today's biggest fan, Liz Collins in Santee. Liz Collins in Santee. Give us a call in the next 10 minutes at 833-288-0973, 833-288-0973, and you'll qualify for our grand prize, 20 tickets for you and your friends for a night in our Odyssey suite at a Padres game with all the fan staff later this season, catered by Spiro's Mediterranean Cuisine. Remember to register your name at 97throughthefantasy.com/biggest fan. Liz Collins in Santee, you got 10 minutes, 833-288-0973, 833-288-0973. Liz Collins in Santee, give us a call. You are today's biggest fan. Bit wasn't going on yet for the Ryan Schimpf Day.
Seth Smith Day, too.
And we missed that one as well. We can go through some of the days that we missed. I mean, what do you do with the single digits?
No, it's only I did 10 through 99, like because that's what MLB did with Ohtani. So they just put his first number as January and second number is 7th.
We got to get some single digits in there somehow. That will be those extra days that we have. All right, let's look at the. I want to look at everybody. It's Nate Colbert's day, but let's talk about the days that we have missed.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
My computer's just malfunctioning again. There's certain websites that just make this thing not work. One of them's Baseball Reference. The other one's like Fangraphs.
I use Baseball Almanac, which is basically the same thing. So we'll start with.
You're such an almanac guy.
We'll start with the 11th. Well, no, I was looking for the easiest way, and this was it.
All right.
So we'll start with the 11th.
25 players. Oh, that's number 1. There's 23 players that wore number 11 for the Padres.
So happy belated Enzo Hernandez Day. Happy belated Tim Flannery Day.
Wow. Happy Yu Darvish Day.
A belated
Yu Darvish Day.
Belated Brad Ausmus Day.
A belated Will Middlebrooks Day.
A belated Logan Forsythe Day.
A belated Brooks Conrad Day.
Belated Ty France Day.
Belated Craig Lefferts Day. Anybody else?
George Hinshaw.
Of course, the OG 11 for the Padres, Roberto Pena.
Yes. Jerry Manuel.
Oh,
Is
how
that the
could you
same
forget? How could you forget?
Oh my God,
Padres
that is
legend
the
Brad
same.
Hopp.
Oh my God, that is the same Jerry Manuel. I didn't realize former Met manager Jerry Manuel was a former Padre player. Jerry
Padres
Manuel.
great, dude. Padres legend.
Did not know that.
That would be on January 1st. Belated days on January 2nd. Luis Campusano Day.
Yes. Happy belated Roberto Alomar Day.
Adam Frazier.
Mario Ramirez.
Carl Edwards Jr.
Doug Rader.
Oh, here's a one. Clint Barmas.
Scott Hairston.
It's a good one. Logan Forsythe.
Yasmani Grandal.
Wow.
Clint Barmas. Chase Darno.
Steve Finley.
Chase Headley.
Who else we got on there?
Carl Edwards Jr.
I said him already.
Oh, Brent Rooker.
Said him already.
Oh, okay.
Thanks for paying attention.
Dave Madigan. Madigan, sorry.
Scott
Madigan.
Coolbaugh. Remember that name? Scott Coolbaugh.
Ron Slocum.
And then the original Bill Davis.
All right.
Belated 13th, Manny Machado Day, Freddie Galvis Day.
Yes.
Drew Pomerantz Day, Chris Denorfia Day, Robert Fick Day.
Yes.
Remember Robert Fick.
Antonio Osuna Day.
Gary Matthews Day.
Ben Davis.
Jim Leyritz Day.
George Volandia.
Bobby Valentine Day.
Juan Ecklenberg.
Ramon Webster.
Fernando
DOG.
Gonzalez.
How about that?
There you go.
And then we missed the 4th.
Yeah, we missed the 4th.
Tyler Wade Day. Matt Carpenter Day. Emilio Pagan Day.
Larry Stahl.
Tommy Medica Day. Miguel Olivo Day.
Scott Hairston again.
Scott Hairston again. Oscar Salazar. Are you kidding me?
Rob Bowen. Happy Terrence Long Day.
Sixto Lescano Day.
Mark Kotze.
Love it.
Mark Newfield. Carmelo Martinez.
Chip Umbres.
Well, you guys are going to know some of the most useless information
That's what our
in the
show's
known
for.
world.
We missed Martin Maldonado Day, of course, on January 5th, who's also Jeff Francoeur Day, Frenchie Day.
Dave Roberts Day.
Jim Edmonds Day.
Not that Dave Roberts.
The other Dave Roberts.
The original.
Jesus Guzman Day.
Corey
Blake
Spangenberg
Cody Day. Oh, my God, some of these names. Milton Bradley Day. You know what? The January 5th's great. Martin Maldonado, Elias Diaz, Drew Pomerantz, Corey Spangenberg, Jeff Francoeur, Jesus Guzman, Jerry Hairston, Jim Edmonds, Milton Bradley, Jose Mota,
Bruce Bochy
Day,
Broderick Perkins, Mike Ivy.
Oh my God. January 5th is a
That
day.
was Monday. So Tuesday, happy belated Fred Kendall Day. Happy belated Terry Kennedy Day.
Nick Ahmed Day.
Chase Headley again. Mark Bellhorn.
Mark Bellhorn, that's a name.
Travis
I've heard a long
Jankowski.
time.
Abraham Almonte, Houston Street.
Akinori Otsuka. I remember Aki. They used to have Aki shirts and stuff. That was a giveaway. That was great.
Happy Ben Gamel Day, by the way.
Are we still talking about a belated?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Belated Fred Kendall Day.
John D'Equisito.
Nice.
Merv Rettenmund.
Merv Retman Day. How about it? Yesterday was Merv Retman Day?
No, this is Tuesday. Oh, yeah, yesterday.
That would be yesterday.
Yeah, that would be yesterday. Tommy Sisk.
Okay. Now let's get to today's day. Today's Nate Colbert Day, of course,
today
because
is
he's
Nate
the
Colbert
OG
Day.
17 for the Pods, wore it from 1969, 1974. But also we want to honor the other players that are also part of this.
Gene Richards.
Happy Alan Cordoba Day. Jose Perella Day.
Happy Sandy Alomar Jr. Day.
Zach Davies Day. Joe Carter Day.
Yes.
Joe Carter Day.
Jarvis Brown Day.
Happy Merv Retman Day again. That's the other ones when they went multiple numbers.
Yes.
Happy Bob Green Day.
Happy Ed Giovanola Day.
Bob Guerin Day, sorry. Jay Payton Day. Woody Williams Day today.
Jermaine Clark Day.
AJ Ellis Day.
Jonathan Johnson Day.
Of course, Brandon Drury and Victor Caratini Day.
Of course. How can anyone forget Happy Taylor Rogers Day?
Of course. Oscar Gamble. All right, we've done enough of those.
Miguel Delone Day.
So tomorrow, obviously, will be a different day. It'll be Patrick Kivlahan Day. But you know what? We're going to continue that bit throughout just to...
Oh, yeah. It'll be going through the first 10 days of every month. This will be a recurring bit.
First 10 days.
And I wrote down not every single one, a maximum of 4 for every single day. So we better continue this because that took me an hour last night.
I mean, you literally could have looked it up like the day of.
I know, but again, like I said, I wanted to make sure it was in a place where I could remember it and didn't have to go scrolling through. And if I forgot, it was somewhere I could look every single day.
Tomorrow is also Carlos Quinton Day.
Well, don't give the gimmick away now. Come on, dude.
Hey,
we'll do that tomorrow.
It's also Tony Gwynn Jr. Day tomorrow.
It is Tony Gwynn Jr. Day tomorrow.
We got to wish him a happy Tony Gwynn Jr. Day tomorrow.
Happy Tony Gwynn Jr. Day tomorrow.
Juan Ruiz, it's Josh Allen Day in Wyoming and Buffalo today. All right, enough.
Someone just asked in the chat, what are these? These are all because MLB Network did Shohei Ohtani Day.
Which, by the way, they didn't even show a lot of Shohei Ohtani content today. We put it on. I'm like, what is this about?
Yeah,
I'm like, I don't want to participate in this anymore.
They had John Franco on to discuss his favorite Mets per position on Shohei Ohtani Day.
Slow news day in baseball?
It must be. So to protest against Shohei Ohtani Day and just show how ridiculous the whole gimmick is, we're doing a Happy Padre Great Day for every day on the
Juan's got a good point. It's funny how you have so much time on your hands for this bit, but you couldn't go to Craft Taco one time. We'll see you Sunday. We got to take a break. We got to take a break. We got to take a break.
To get a chat ban.
We're going to get Brad Escondido on when we come back. We're going to give you some buy or sell from the MLB season for 2026. We have pushed that along as far as we possibly can, so we're doing that next segment of the Braden Surprenant Show, San Diego Sports Station 97.3 The Fan.
Bet tonight.
Not a bad idea.
That I'll have more hits than you.
Let's do it right now.
How much do you want to bet?
We'll do $5.
Oh God!
Oh, it hits well in the air. Oh, sick, dude. What a great leadoff! What a great leadoff!
Yeah. You want to be mic'd up?
Oh. No, Rick. There's the Joel we know. Well, you're lucky I'm a huge target at first, dude.
Someone gassed.
Chel's got to get us in, though. We're screwed next at bat. That's not great.
Yeah, all right. Yeah,
Zion. Are you? That is the saddest thing. Are you insane? That is sad. No confidence.
You better get a hit now.
It's like Moneyball. He's got no confidence. Ugly girlfriend.
Come on, Sam.
Oh, hose him!
Oh, we got it. Can we get a first baseman that can catch? One time, Matt. Nice. All right.
Glasses on too. That's why.
Oh, damn it. Can we score some runs? Play first base. All of a sudden, it's locked down.
Who bats after Q?
I think it's the other team.
Go! Go!
Show Braden how to run home.
Oh, damn it. Got under that bat. Hey, the sprint suck. Come on, Cello.
I can play Cello.
Oh, look at the throw.
Oh my God.
Oh, pick me, dude. You can't see it. It sucks.
I can't see anything.
Oh, I crawled back. Did you ask him to buy you a beer after that?
Hey.
Got us beer, dude.
You serious right now?
He does.
Dude, yeah, Ethan, seriously, dude.
I know. Hey, Ethan, sit next one. You don't boo nobodies. That's what I'm hearing.
Get out of here. Get out of here. Nice ball, Matt. Nice job.
I'm the best.
Hey, good job. Hey, we won. Nice job. Good job.
Good game, guys. Good game.
Let the big guys go on.
Good game. Where do you want me to sign, sir?
Like where you're always.
Don't set the Fox.
No, nobody makes me sign. But I'll whatever you need for your kids or whatever, like sign ball or anything. Let me know.
You're all over it.
Bet tonight.
Not a bad idea.
That I'll have more hits than you.
Let's do it right now.
How much you want to bet?
We'll do $5.
Oh God!
Oh, it hits the ball in the air. Oh, sick, dude. What a great leadoff! What a great leadoff!
Yeah. You want to be mic'd up?
Oh.
No, Rick.
There's the Joel we know. Well, you're lucky I'm a huge target at first, dude.
Someone gassed.
Chel's got to get us in, though. We're screwed next at bat. That's not great.
Yeah, all right. Yeah,
Zion. Are you? That is the saddest thing. Are you insane? That is sad. No confidence.
Either you better get a hit now.
It's like Moneyball. He's got no confidence. Ugly girlfriend.
Come on, Sam.
Oh, hose him.
Oh, we got it. Can we get a first baseman that can catch? One time, Matt. Nice. All right.
Glasses on too. That's why.
Oh, damn it. Can we score some runs? Play first base. All of a sudden, it's locked down.
Who bats after Q?
I think it's the other team.
Go!
Go!
Show Braden how to run home.
Oh, damn it. Got onto that bat.
Hey, the Surprenant suck.
Come on, Cello.
You can play cello.
Oh, look at the look at the throw.
Oh my God.
Oh, pick me, dude. You can't see it. It sucks.
I can't see anything.
Oh,
Nate Taylor's just like dishing it out to Sam in the chat on all of the videos. We have new videos that we are airing, some behind the scene mic'd up stuff. Throughout us doing stuff throughout San Diego. Most of it's like softball and OTL related right now. We're working on some other content as well. Take a little inside look at the day in the lives. Now we got to get Frank out there more.
Yep.
Got to get Frank mic'd up. We didn't mic up Frank for any OTL event. We should have. And that's the other thing.
Yeah, that is something we didn't think. Well, didn't think of that.
Frank, man on the street stuff at Fiesta Island at OTL. Oh, sign me up. Hashtag expand.
Well, how am I supposed to do man on the street stuff if I'm
during your
playing?
breaks, dog?
Oh, well, but those are breaks. You stop.
Yeah,
rest
your break
during
can
those
be.
breaks.
I mean, did you remember the breaks we had? We were walking around the island the whole day.
Well, that was because you wanted to give out shirts, which understandable reason, but that was not something you had to do.
We gave out a lot of shirts.
You did give out a ton of shirts.
Speaking of, I'm calling out Derek Vineyard again.
Uh-oh.
Derek in La Mesa. His shirt is the only thing left. They cleaned out like the front desk. His shirt is still sitting there. Remember he said, I'll be there on Friday like 4 times in a row? You know what? It's bad mojo if you don't pick up the shirt. The Ducks will lose on Friday unless you pick up the shirt.
No Ben Affleck.
No Ben Affleck. 833-288-0973, 833-288-0973. Brad Escondido, happy Nate Colbert Day. What's going on, Brad?
Hey, Nate Colbert, number 17. Forever, man.
That's
Definitely.
right.
Hey, I wanted to wish you guys a happy 2026. And before I get to our rise, Frank, by the way, it's Juan Eichelberger,
there
not
it is.
Eckelberg, and John D'Acquisto, not D'Acquisado. So you be quiet. Answer your name pronunciation.
Gesundheit.
Forgive me for I have sinned. I'll never do it again.
All right, here's my bet. If Arise doesn't finish as a Padre, all right, he will have a higher average than any Padre player this year. And if I win that bet, it's dinner at Carver's. If I lose, I'll take you to Carver's for dinner.
There you go. I don't mind that. We'll have to work out. You know what? You're gonna have to get in talk with my NIL agency, and we'll let you know. I might be able to opt out and do another one too in this day and age of college. We do our contracts on college athletics contracts. You have to talk to my amateur agent for that. But I like the idea, Brad.
Definitely. Hey, you guys are the best, and Frank just giving you a hard time.
Oh, of course, I know.
That's good stuff.
Yeah,
we appreciate
you got to
it.
remember D'Acquisto went to prison. Did you remember that? During the middle of the stock scandals, he promised 26% return when the market was like 4.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Yeah.
He
and it was
sounds
in the
like
Wall Street Journal. He was arrested a week later.
He sounds like a Brad appreciates the phone. He sounds like a NIL agent at this point in time.
I was going to say,
rate of investment is not great.
Who are you trusting with as your NIL agent? Is it Sam? Is it Sushi Sam?
It's not Sushi Sam.
No, it's not.
Definitely not. Not based. If he's anything good with his finances as he is at playing shortstop. No, he does a pretty good job playing shortstop.
Well, no, I mean
his OTL game wasn't very good.
You also got to think. I mean, he's really petitioning hard for these bowls and these the BCS to return. He is not quitting until he gets what he wants. I figured that's something you would want in an agent. That's a good quality to have. Is that persistence?
That's right. I should. We got to do more content with some more stuff but it'd be fun. I've gotten the itch to make more of these videos.
We have content brain now. We've seen the reaction from it, and we want to do more.
Yeah, it's like a separate thing for YouTube.
Now.
It's great. All right, let's get to what we wanted to do an hour and a half ago, and that is talk about the Major League Baseball predictions and buy or sell. It was written by ESPN. A lot of their analysts, threw out some bold predictions. We're going to tell you whether or not we buy or sell it. So I'll flip it to Frank as he will set this thing up. We're going to go with some music in the background too, or what are we doing?
No, I think we can.
All right, let's go. Let's start with number 1.
Of course, we're doing music in the background, you goober. As we flip the calendar to 2026, ESPN has rolled out a list of bold predictions for the upcoming MLB season. As we go one by one, number 1, the Baltimore Orioles will win the 2026 World Series. First bold prediction, the Orioles will go from last place in the AL East in 2025 to winning the World Series in 2026. The thinking is that their young core rebounds and veterans that they added stabilize the roster, and the team that wasn't far removed from contention suddenly puts it all together in October.
I will sell that. I think the Baltimore Orioles will make the playoffs. But to go from worst to first in all of baseball, worst in the division to first in all of baseball, I think is a heck of a bold prediction. I'm going to sell that one. They got a young core, but they're going against a very brutal AL East that is continuing to load up. I mean, Blue Jays have spent a lot of money in free agency. The Yankees have a good core of players. The Red Sox were expected to win the league last year. They're going to be better. I mean, everybody in that league has gotten better with the exception of the Tampa Bay Rays. And Baltimore is one of those teams. It's going to be a tough gauntlet. You're going to have to get a bounce-back season in order to do this. And again, a World Series leap versus a playoff return are two totally different asks, so I'm going to sell it.
I would agree as well. Next up, Seattle not only makes it to their first World Series, but wins it. The prediction says 2026 is the year the Mariners will win their first World Series, built around Julio Rodriguez entering his prime, elite pitching, and a roster that's been knocking on the door for several seasons.
I mean, they continue to do they've had the close for years narrative going on. I don't think they're going to win their first World Series.
I think they can make it.
They can make it.
I don't think they're going to win it.
I will buy that they will make the World Series. I will change that again during spring training once you start seeing everything develop. But as of right now, they have a really good team. They got a really good core. I think it would be and I think the American League is a little bit more open than the National League is in terms of competition. Not to say they have better teams, like the National League's better, but that juggernaut you have to take down in the National League is more difficult than what the Mariners would have to do in the American League. And they went toe-to-toe with the Blue Jays last year. I think they can do it. I don't think they win, though. So I sell them winning the World Series. I can buy them making the World Series.
Yeah, I agree with both ends there. Looking ahead to the World Baseball Classic, the bold prediction is that the Dominican Republic will deny us the Japan-United States rematch and win the 2026 World Baseball Classic. The prediction hinges on overwhelming star power and improved pitching depth in a short tournament format.
I'll sell that because I think this is the best the United States pitching has been.
I think it's a two-parter also. Is one, can they deny the matchup? And two, can they win? Because I think they can make it.
I will buy that they will deny the matchup. I don't think, just because everybody's talking about Team USA and Japan again, it's just too much. It's too much narrative. A lot of the times there's too much narrative. All of a sudden it doesn't happen.
Mm-hmm.
I'm buying the fact that the Dominican Republic will upset the Japan Team USA rematch. I will, however, sell that they will win the World Baseball Classic. I think Team USA is loaded. I think they're built to win this year. I think they got the pitching to do it. I think they got starting pitching to do it. They already had the bullpen pitching to do it, and they've done that the last couple of years. But the thing that's really put them behind the eight ball is the starting pitching. They got 4 legit starters to go out there and get you 2 innings or 3 max, right? Like they only give them like 1 to 3 innings because it's their spring training schedule as well. So with that, I'm going to take Team USA. You know they're going to have the dudes in the order, but there's too many stars committing to the World Baseball Classic now for me not to pick Team USA in the final.
And I think this is what was envisioned when the World Baseball Classic started, was it is becoming now the World Cup for baseball. It's not on that level yet as far as attention, but you're seeing the players now legitimizing this by who is stepping up to play in this. So this is a great sign for the World Baseball Classic regardless.
Sounds like Jeff Passan is announcing that Cabrera to Chicago is official now.
It's done. Okay, so there you go. Here's one that's gotten a bit of attention. The Pittsburgh Pirates will reach the postseason for the first time since 2015. The idea is simple. Elite pitching already exists. The offense has to improve at least marginally, and the expanded playoff field opens the door for such an inclusion.
I think they would have to do it via division. I mean,
Yeah,
when you
they're
start
gonna have to
looking
win
at
the
it, it's like,
division.
are they better than XYZ teams, right? So you look at the Pirates and you look at them in the division. Milwaukee, if they trade Freddie Peralta, is a different Brewers team. I don't think they're a world beater team, despite the fact that they won 97 games last year. I just don't see them being that team. The Cubs have some pitching issues that they haven't addressed yet. As assembled right now, they just picked up Edward Cabrera, according to Jeff Passan. In fact, here's the tweet. Jeff Passan reporting Cubs have acquired right-hander Edward Cabrera in a trade with the Marlins that sends top outfield prospect Owen Casey and 2 other hitting prospects to Miami. Deal is done and official players are being informed now. So the Cubs just improved their pitching staff. It's going to come down to, are the Pirates better than the Cubs? Because I think they can compete with the Reds. The Reds are okay. They're not, again, a world beater. The Cardinals aren't trying to win. Milwaukee's up in the air. It's going to come down to, can Paul Skeens shut down the Cubs for the entire season? Because you start comparing them to the rest of the National League, like, I don't think the Pirates are better than the Padres. I don't think the Pirates are better than the Diamondbacks or the Giants. They're not better than the Dodgers. I don't think the Pirates are better than the Mets, the Phillies. And I think Atlanta comes back. I mean, those are the teams that are good in the National League. So unless the Pirates are better than some of those teams in the National League for a wild card spot, it's going to have to come to the division. And I think they're just short of doing that because I think Chicago is the best team in that division. And the Reds have been trending upwards. So I'm gonna sell that. I think they're not going to be in they won't finish in last. I will say that.
Yeah, and I mean, as far as Freddie Peralta and the Brewers go, the Brewers always over-deliver from what was expected. Because remember, last year the Cubs were supposed to win that division going away. So I think it's going to be a really close fight, and Pittsburgh is going to have to try to keep up. And they've only gotten Brian O'Hearn, so I don't know if their offense can. They're going to need another big signing if they want to win the division.
Leads into the next question or bold prediction from ESPN.com and an article about bold prediction for the 2026 season.
Yep.
That's who wrote these, Nate. Involves the Pirates. And again, it goes back to the division. and a reason why they could potentially win the division.
This prediction doubles down on Pittsburgh, saying that its top prospect, Connor Griffin, arrives, winning the National League Rookie of the Year and helping the Pirates win the National League Central crown.
Sell.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're not going to win the division.
No,
they
no.
might come close, but it might be a tighter race because of how open the NL Central is, but I don't think that's the case. For it to be solely on a rookie and this far out, it's hard to judge. I mean, we'll see what happens in spring training, but it's development for Connor Griffin versus immediate contention for a Pirates team that hasn't been able to contend since, basically Andrew McCutchen was in his prime. So we got time for probably one more. We'll finish the rest in the next segment.
Let's. We've also got the Boise State story too. So we
Yes.
do have to get.
All right, let's get a couple more.
Tarek Skubal, one of the biggest trade predictions. Tarek Skubal
You're going to
ends
make
up.
everybody in the chat boo you saying this one.
Go
ahead.
Ends up with the Dodgers at the trade deadline. The reasoning is that if Detroit falls out of the race, Los Angeles pushes all in for another title run and uses its prospect depth to land Skubal.
I don't want to put the bad mojo in the air. I think it's very possible, though. But I'm going to say sell because I don't want it to happen.
Yeah.
Boo this man. Boo this man.
I
Boo.
don't think anyone wants it to
Nobody
happen,
wants that
really,
to happen.
except for Dodger fans.
I
That's it.
I
don't
feel
want that
like
to happen
it
either.
could. The only people saying that it will are resident Detroit Tiger fans in the chat. I don't want to talk that into existence. But it's
Dodger
not like
fans and
when
MLB
you
reporters.
you take the Padres fandom out of it, right? Take the Padres fandom out of it, Mets fandom, all that stuff, and you just look at
It's
it
not
from
good for
a logical standpoint. Out of all the teams that could acquire Tarek Skubal to deadline, who's most likely for that to happen?
Yeah, the Dodgers.
It's the Dodgers. Can't do it.
Kyle Tucker.
Jake, fade me.
Kyle Tucker signs a short-term pillow contract instead of a massive long-term deal. The prediction here is that Kyle Tucker signs a short, high-dollar contract, essentially betting on himself for re-entering free agency in a stronger market. Now, this is what we had discussed yesterday with if the Blue Jays sign Bo Bichette, that pretty much knocks them out of the Kyle Tucker race, meaning that the Dodgers have the ability to do something like this. But now, since Toronto is saying that they're doubling down on getting Kyle Tucker and pushing Bichette to the wayside, this is seeming a lot more like a sell.
I agree with you on that. I was going to buy this yesterday.
Yeah.
I was buying this yesterday. I was buying a short deal with one of the NL West teams going into the CBA, a bet on himself kind of contract because it's taking a long time. It's taking a long time, not a crazy amount of time because we've seen a lot of big stars sign right before spring training or in spring training. But with the news that the Blue Jays yesterday were slowly starting to be out on Bo Bichette and doubling down on Kyle Tucker, that makes me sell this. If the Blue Jays sign Kyle Tucker, it's not going to be for a pillow contract,
No,
1 year
he's
deal.
going there.
He's going to go there. It's going to be a bigger contract. So I'm going to sell that.
Zooming out to a league-wide trend, the prediction says that at least half of the playoff field in 2026 will come from teams in the lower half of payroll rankings, signaling a real shift towards development-driven success.
That's not
exactly
happening.
right.
Absolutely not happening. That's ESPN trying to push something. That's not, no.
Exactly
Until it actually happens, it will always be a sell. Look at the last decade plus of World Series winners. They're big market teams, and the ones that are in small markets spent a lot of money that year. But that's really all we have time for. We do got to get to a break. Final segment of the day. Boise State is upset with the Mountain West Conference about the game that happened on Saturday. This news happened after we signed off yesterday. Boise State's been complaining about it for the last couple of days. I know the Aztecs won and beat Nevada yesterday, which Gwen and Chris will talk about later on their show. We talked about it early on our show, but what is Boise State upset about? And do they have a legitimate gripe about the way the game finished on Saturday night? We'll talk about it when we come back on the final segment of the Braden Surprenant Show. San Diego's number one sports station, 97 through the Fan.
Come on, baby. Come on. Let's go. Oh, there we go.
Did the director's cabinet give you that shirt? Did you block out the noise and just swing it?
We got a bunch of guys that let the noise get into their heads and they're swinging the club. Okay. I like to think I'm making Kyle better. I've been hitting balls down the middle and Kyle's side. No, that's not good enough. All right, what goes further? Braden's drive or me throwing the football here?
Oh! Shot. Wow. Hey, put that one in between commercials.
Rocks.
The next group coming up too.
Ow! I don't know how good it is.
Punch. 1840. Ha ha.
I mean, Phillip Rivers.
He played quarterback in high school, by the way.
They didn't have many quarterbacks in Colorado.
Falcon of I got here. How we
I could just put it in my bag.
Do you have one of those? Do you have one of these? We didn't win, but chat right now.
Wow! That's Gary's 7th mulligan. I think I'll pick up that other one.
Cigar
I
guy.
trade myself to there.
That's not a bad putt. Cut. Get there!
Oh, we got a bird, right?
Under now. That was a great putt by you, by the way. I don't know why you want to be on camera.
What? One.
Hey, bud.
Go. Come on, baby. Come on. Let's go. Oh, there we go.
Did the director's cabinet give you that shirt? Did you block out the noise and just swing it?
We got a bunch of guys that let the noise get into their heads and they're swinging the club. Okay. I like to think I'm making Kyle better. I've been hitting balls down the middle and Kyle's side. No, that's not good enough. All right, what goes further? Braden's drive or me throwing the football here?
Oh!
Shot.
Wow. Hey, put that one in between commercials.
Rocks.
The next group coming up too.
Ow! I don't know how good it is.
Punch. 1840. Ha ha.
I mean, Phillip Rivers.
He played quarterback in high school, by the way.
They didn't have many quarterbacks in Colorado.
Falcon of I got here. How we
I could just put it in my bag.
Do you have one of those? Do you have one of these? We didn't win, but chat right now.
Wow! That's Gary's 7th mulligan. I think I'll pick up that other one.
Cigar guy.
Trade myself to there.
That's not a bad putt. Cut. Get there!
Oh, we got a bird, right?
Under now. That was a great putt by you, by the way. I don't know why you want to be on camera.
What? One.
Hey, bud.
Go. Come on, baby. Come on. Let's go. Oh, there we go.
Did the director's cabinet give you that shirt? Did you block out the noise and just swing it?
We got a bunch of guys that let the noise get into their heads and they're swinging the club. Okay. I like to think I'm making Kyle better. I've been hitting balls down the middle and Kyle's side. No, that's not good enough. All right, what goes further? Braden's drive or me throwing the football here?
Oh!
Shot.
Wow. Hey, put that one in between commercials.
Rocks.
The next group coming up too.
Ow! I don't know how good it is.
Punch. 1840. Ha ha.
I mean, Phillip Rivers.
He played quarterback in high school, by the way.
They didn't have many quarterbacks in Colorado.
Falcon of I got here. How we
I could just put it in my bag.
Do you have one of those? Do you have one of these? We didn't win, but.
Wow! That's Gary's 7th mulligan. I think I'll pick up that other one.
Cigar guy.
Trade myself to there. That's not a bad putt. Cut. Get there!
Oh, we got a bird, right? Under now. That was a great putt by you, by the way. I don't know why you want to be on camera.
What? One.
Hey, bud.
Go. Come on, baby. Come on.
$140 on the Braden Surprenant Show. Final segment of a Wednesday. Coming up tomorrow, we'll have some more NFL stuff. We got a college football playoff game tomorrow. It was already Thursday tomorrow. It's great news, Frank.
It is.
And, by the way, we are closer to
a day off.
Sure.
Martin
We are
Luther King
closer to today at 2:20. Adam Klug taking on the Ghost Chili, Ghost Pepper.
I believe they're doing that like now, or they have done it recently.
I haven't seen Adam sprinting through the halls in pain, so I think it might be okay.
I thought I saw him walking back our way.
He's been sweating all day. Here's the problem. It's the mental side of things. Like he's thinking of something worse than what is actually going to happen. In watching Adam do these challenges so many times in my time here, I think he's going to be okay. What's our bets we're placing on this? Like, does he not cry? Does he not?
We don't bet, dude.
I know, but like, what are the lines here? What's the chat lines here? Because I know you got to be locked in on this. I got to know what this Pepper does to Adam. He was a little concerned when he came in here at the beginning of the day.
Yeah, he was.
He's like, what am I getting myself into? I don't know. I'm not the one that poked the bear. I will never sit here and say that I can handle the highest level of spice because I like tasting food. I don't want it to be painful.
My tongue is a precious commodity to me. I would like to keep it.
Now, since he's already here, he's not listening. John in Temecula, who is the salsa man himself, he's the one that's coming in to put this vat ghost pepper salsa thing, I don't know, whatever challenge together. He said that Scraby doesn't know, but Scraby's going to be participating in this as well. Is that cruel and unusual punishment? I don't know what he'd be getting punished for, but
yeah, no, that's a preemptive punishment. That's either a preemptive punishment, that is Scraby is going to do something stupid or has done something stupid long ago that he still has not gotten his comeuppance for. That's what it is.
I feel like there's only so much you can do for the bit, for the radio, for the content of the radio. Only so much. That's my limit. I don't know about putting harm on myself. Scrappy as a mark. I remember that bit from last year. He's talking about it at the bank. He was a mark. Go Aztecs says he bets he won't cry, but will cry when he forgets and he touches his eye after the salsa got on his finger or touches anything else. Anywhere. It's going to burn. He should wear gloves for this.
I mean,
now I sound like a concerned parent.
I was going to say, like, where? Just a spoon, dude.
Can't
or is
get
it on
anywhere
a
else.
chip? Or
I don't know what they're doing. I got
it.
it. Well, you got to be tuned in at 2:20 to figure it out. I will be driving home at that point.
Or I could just be going into the production studio right now and say.
I agree with Augie. Last year when they did the Scraby as a mark segment, they did that for like an hour. I was actually driving to Cal State Fullerton for the USD Cal State Fullerton game, and I got to hear the whole thing up there. I had to flip over the Odyssey app once I got to Mission Viejo, but that was hilarious. I was dying in my car laughing at that. That was last March or April or something like that. Okay. We have a little bit of time here. Again, 2:20 is when Adam Klug's going to be doing the Ghost Pepper Challenge. He did the chip, the one chip challenge, whatever that was, with that had Ghost Pepper too, and it had the Reaper, Carolina Reaper.
Yeah, there's the Reaper.
God, these names. Crazy for chilies and peppers. All right, let's talk about this Boise State situation with San Diego State that happened on Saturday. So San Diego State won in triple overtime on Saturday night. But Boise State has filed a complaint with the Mountain West about a major officiating error as San Diego State dramatic 110-107 triple overtime win over Boise State at VAS Arena was highlighted by a clutch three-pointer from senior forward Jeremiah Oden in the third overtime. That shot sparked a decisive late run that preserved San Diego State's undefeated conference record. However, post-game review revealed that Oden should not have been on the court at that point. He had already committed 5 fouls earlier in the game, which means he fouled out. So he couldn't have made the shot to put it in a triple overtime because he had fouled out earlier in the contest. How did that happen? According to multiple sources, Boise State submitted a formal complaint to the Mountain West Conference, accompanied by video evidence. The footage shows referee David Walker incorrectly signaling Oden's third foul to the scorer's table as belonging to Farrell Compton. While the stat crew correctly credited the foul to Oden, the official scorer logged it under Compton, creating a discrepancy that went unnoticed during live play. The critical breakdown in overtime, obviously, Oden picked up his 4th foul late in the first overtime and was then whistled for another with 2:12 remaining in the second overtime. Believing he had fouled out, Oden raised 5 fingers and went to the bench. However, when the third overtime began, officials ruled that Oden only had 4 fouls based on the official scorebook. Despite Boise State head coach Leon Rice's frantic protest, complete with real-time box score showing Oden with 5 fouls, the officials allowed play to continue. With Oden back on the floor, his three-pointer midway through the third overtime ignited a 9-2 San Diego State run that ultimately decided the game. The sequence transformed what might have been a Boise State upset into one of the season's most controversial finishes and kept the Aztecs unbeaten in Mountain West play heading into their matchup at Nevada, in which they had won. San Diego State coach Brian Dutcher said he initially assumed Oden had fouled out, but was told otherwise by the official scorer. Dutcher acknowledged the frustration Boise State must feel, but emphasized that the error stemmed from a clerical officiating mistake, not anything San Diego State controlled. Boise State's Leon Rice declined to address the foul issue directly, instead stressing accountability, resilience, and moving on from circumstances players cannot control. Officials do not have authority to correct fouls assigned to the wrong player, even with video replay. However, because the original mistake went unnoticed at the time and was buried in earlier action, there was no clear path to reverse it during the game. A Mountain West spokesperson confirmed that once a game is declared final, there is little recourse beyond review and clarification. The controversy also renewed criticism of the Mountain West officiating arrangement with a Big Ten-operated system. Referee David Walker was officiating his first Mountain West game and made several calls that drew ire from both benches. The league's reliance on less experienced officials has been a growing concern, especially as the reformed Pac-12 has already announced it will move away from the Big Ten system in favor of the Big 12's officiating group next season. All right, here's how I view this. So the situation that it was at hand with San Diego State, Oden picked up his 5th foul. And I got to look back at what foul was it. It was his 3rd foul. So the 3rd foul issued to Oden was mislabeled by the official, right? So
it was misrelayed.
He signaled the wrong number when he gave it to the stat crew.
Yes.
Now, there's 2 types of stat crews there. There's the official scorer, and his book is law. And then there's the one that runs the stat broadcast that you see on ESPN and all that other stuff that what all the teams have access to. As I've broadcasted games for USD, there's been some discrepancies between the official scorer and the stat guy because there's 2 different entities. Now, what happened was he signals the wrong number. So what's Farrell Compton's number? I forget, like 5 or something like that. So he put up Compton's number instead of Oden's number. So the official score wrote down Compton as the foul, but it was really on Odin. The non-official scorer, who's running the stat broadcast and running the stadium boards, put in the correct number because they watched and they knew it was on Odin. But for me on this situation, as bad as that sounds, the official scorer's got to put what the ref signals to him. You can't just assume like, oh, well, he signaled wrong. You either got to clarify that immediately, ask for it, or put down what the ref said. And here's the thing: since this is where the problem stems from. Since the non-official scorer unfortunately correctly charged the foul to Odin, and then the scorer's table, it didn't address the scorer's table to ask the question of who the foul is really on, in my opinion. When I first saw this, I'm like, oh, wow, how was that a mess up? Now I understand the mess up, and I get there's really nothing you could do about it, Frank, when you look at this particular problem. I know that the non-official scorer that runs the online version that includes the scoreboards and ESPN app and all those apps out there put the right one in, and that's why Boise State was upset. But if you look back at the officials and the official book does not agree with the non-official book, I don't know how you go back in time all the way to the third foul to determine the guy's got 5 fouls.
And we see that a lot, especially in the NFL, when they're announcing the fouls. You'll hear them call it on the wrong guy every now and again. Sometimes it gets replaced by sometimes it gets fixed by an official that's standing there. It's like, hey, no, it was actually on 74, not 76. And sometimes it doesn't. And in the grand scheme of things, especially in the NFL where you can't foul out, it doesn't really matter. But in this case, there are things that you can do. Like, you could have had an official like, hey, no, that's not on 5, it's on 6 or whatever. You could have had that happen. The fact that it didn't, and now that this situation you're in, I completely understand why, if you're Boise State, you feel slighted by this. But if there's not really much you can do, you're just going off of an assumption. I don't know what else you could say. It's just unfortunate.
Yeah, and here's the other thing too. If here's where they run into the this is where it would have been fixed. I've seen this happen before. They have to be on the same page, the official score and the non-official score. If the non-official score that's running the stat broadcast just put in the number that the ref gave, it would have put a red flag to Boise State immediately, and they would have been like, what's the deal? And they would have went back and they would have looked at it, and you could timestamp everything like Adam Paul was saying in the YouTube chat. But since it was off, they're going to go back, they're going to look at the official scorebook, and the official scorebook said, no, he's only got 4 fouls, and that's how it comes through. That's a clerical error by the officiating crew that put up the wrong number, but that's the number he called. That's the number gets the foul, and then you can ask the question after the break. But the thing was with Boise State, like, it wasn't a problem right then and there because it was the 3rd foul. That happened. I've seen that happen before when I'm doing USD games. I mean, and they usually fix it in the next timeout. They took them too long to fix it, and it was at that point it was too far in the past.
I mean, what do you do as far as the protest is concerned now? What do you do?
Nothing happens. I've seen these happen before. You lost. Moving on. All right. We'll talk more NFL stuff tomorrow. We got college basketball tomorrow. We got college football playoff tomorrow. Gwen and Chris coming up next. Adam Klug takes on a Ghost Chili.